Welcome to the Roadrunner 89 Investment Network, where we talk about interracial love and marriage. Hope you enjoy Swirl to Investment. How's everybody doing? Welcome to today's show. I want to apologize. I was going to do a show last night, but due to my work schedule, I got home really late last night, so wasn't able to do it. I could have done it, but you know, what's the point when it's like 1, 2, 3 in the morning? Most people be asleep. So I did push it back to today. I want to talk about the black wife effect, okay? I want to talk about the backlash, okay? Ever since the trend over on TikTok took off, the black wife effect, and we're seeing black women's husbands, a lot of them are white men, showing love and respect for their black wives and talking about how black women have affected their life for the positive. Okay. And we see these videos are neat. You know, I like watching them, and it shows how the black woman affects the man in a positive way. And that's a good thing. Okay. But the black wife effect goes deeper than that. And the black wife effect is a real thing. Okay. I can tell you by experience, I've been married to a black woman for 30 years, my wife, Sandy. And well, by the way, today is our 30-year wedding anniversary. Okay. Today, May 19th, back in 1994, I married my wife. Okay. And it's been a blessing the whole way through. My wife has had a big effect on my life, okay? And a lot of black women have effects on their husbands, okay? Very positive, okay? And I've known this for years. And now we're seeing it in real time, real people. Black women are affecting real people, okay? Their husbands. They're making their men better men. It's more than just getting a glow up and dressing nice and having some style. No, it goes beyond that. Black women actually take their husbands and make them better men. How do they do that? With love and support. And when you're loved the right way, you're going to be affected by it positively. You're going to look better, of course, because you're happy. You're going to feel better. And they've proven it scientifically that happy people are healthy people. Okay? The more happy you are, the healthier you're going to be. And the better you're going to look. The more motivation you're going to have. The more successful you're going to be. Black women are doing this. And instead of men coming on TikTok or YouTube and uplifting their black wives, and some are doing it, but more need to do it. Instead of men going up and uplifting their black wives, you see people on TikTok having a backlash on it, having a problem with black women being lifted up. And I think a lot of it's because they're married to white men. We don't want to see that happen. Oh my God. You know, but if you love black women, you need to show it. You need to give black women the love and respect they deserve. Okay, this is long overdue. And really, what that trend is men showing love and respect for their black wives and showing how they positively affected their life. And it's not just giving them a makeover and a glow up. Okay, they are going to look better, they're going to look healthier. And yeah, black women will have an effect on your style. Okay, but there's people out there that have a problem with that. And I don't see why it's a problem uplifting black women. Why is there an issue about that? Whether a white man does it or another non-black man or even a black man, which I haven't seen many black men going on uplifting their black wives. I've seen one. This needs to increase. But people do have an opinion on that. And there's a lot of people that believe that black women should be with black men and, white men should leave black women alone and all this stuff. Okay. But, I'm going to show some videos and we're going to talk about this. And I'm going to focus on the backlash, which really there shouldn't be a backlash. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed the white billionaire that, they're saying that he said that black women are for grown-ups, and then he came out and said he didn't say that, but he does love his wife, right? Well, there are people out there, a lot of black men going out there having a victory lap. Well, see, the white man didn't say that. He betrayed you and making it sound like, and the thing of it is, look at the truth and what's really going on. That billionaire married a black woman. He chose a black woman. But we're going to be more focused on whether he said they're for grown-ups or not. Really? Okay. Now, that billionaire, his first choice was the black woman. He married a black woman. And if you look, there are black women married to billionaires, white billionaires, okay, and millionaires. More and more people are choosing black women because they're seeing the positivity in black women. They're seeing the love that black women have, and they're seeing the character that black women have. It goes beyond how they look. It goes beyond what style they, impress on you. Really, and the truth be told, white men are more successful marrying black women than white women or Asian women or Hispanic women or any other group of women. It's the honest to God truth. There's been so many studies, the stats, numbers don't lie. But this trend needs to happen. Black women need to be uplifted. They need to be loved and respected. And why there's a backlash on this is beyond me. It's stupid. Okay? It just seems like jealous people and people that are, I don't know, lost their mind. People stuck in their segregated mindset. Okay? I'm going to show you some videos and I'm going to talk about it. And these are people that have a problem with the black wife effect. Okay? Most of these are black women, but there's a couple black men. Like, I think I got 2 black dudes. But anyway, we'll start off. I want to add a slide real quick here. Okay, let me bring that down. Okay, I'm adding some comments that people send me and the backlash I'm getting for the video I did. Okay, good. Okay, it's up there. All right. Now, without further ado, let me show you this first video. And this is from a black woman. She looks biracial, but she is not having the black wife effect. Okay. And she puts her opinion out there. Okay. Let me go ahead and put this up here.
Somehow, when they got with the black, this might be an unpopular.
Okay, let me stop it there. Okay, she looks angry. Okay, before the black wife effect. Let's hear what she has to say.
Okay, now this might be an unpopular opinion because I know it's trending right now or whatever. But the whole $1 million baby trend is going around with the black wife and white husband, and how somehow when they got with the black wife, she elevated him. Now, I just find that it's cringy to me. I need y'all to wrap it up. I don't like it because to me, what it gives when I see it is you chose a white man and good for you. You chose what you wanted, what you liked, what you loved. But then now you're trying to turn him into a black man and give him the black man's drip, the black man's swag. And I don't like that. It's cringy. Wrap it up.
Okay, BK, which is Black Karen. Look at the anger. Oh, and she don't like it, so you need to wrap it up. Don't that sound like a Karen? Because she don't like it, you need to get it out of here. She don't want to see no part of it. I mean, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Why are is she mad about it? And what's this? Oh, to give him the black man swag. And well, the videos I've seen are men dressed up in suits, looking nice. Is that how only black men can look nice and dress nice? I guess us white men, we got to be in a dirty t-shirt and freaking cut-offs and look goofy, I guess. Because if we look nice, that's still in the black man swag or whatever. I didn't see none of these white men with cornrows, with dreads. I didn't see nobody sagging. I didn't see no stereotypical black hip-hop cultured white dudes. Maybe I missed it, but I just seen men dressing up. Okay, and dressing nice and being into fashion belongs to anybody that wants to look nice. It don't belong to a certain group. Okay, and I'm telling you, if I see a black man wears an outfit that looks nice and I think it's cool, I will take that and make it to my own. Okay, if I see a Chinaman that's looking cool, I'm going to get that idea. Okay, looking nice is not a bad thing. It don't belong to one certain culture. Okay, if you put on a suit, you look nice. That's hey, why not? But young lady, why are you so angry? You're pushing forward a very angry Karen vibe. I'm just saying. You see something you don't like, so they got to get rid of it. And tell me, this ain't giving a Karen vibe. You see an angry white woman at a store or see something she don't like, you got to get rid of it and it's got to be my way. That's what I'm seeing. You got to wrap it up. She's not feeling this black wife effect with a black wife and white husband. So get it out of here. Well, first of all, you don't have to watch it and go to the men you want to be with. Okay? Too easy. But there's people that don't like it. And why is it a bad thing if people are showing love to each other, whether they're black or white? It should be a good thing, right? I'm just saying, black women are amazing. I mean, why can't white men show love and respect to black women? Why can't black women show that love and respect back? Why not? Would you rather see white men hate black women and vice versa? Does that make you feel better? I'm just saying. But anyway, let's go ahead and we'll play it again. Let me.
Okay, now this might be an unpopular opinion because I know it's trending right now or whatever.
Or whatever. Whatever. Okay. What's it to you? Just don't watch it. But she don't like it, right?
But the whole $1 million baby trend is going around with the black wife and white husband, and how somehow when they got with the black wife, she elevated him. Now, I just find that it's cringy to me.
It's cringy to you, but it's the truth. Black women are leveling up their husbands. just by showing them love and respect. When someone loves you the right way, you're going to be better. You're going to look better. You're going to be healthier. You're going to be more motivated. Okay? And that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Now, maybe you don't like white men, and that's cool. Go to the men you love. Uplift them. Stop worrying about black women uplifting white men. Just saying.
Me, I need y'all to wrap it up. I don't like it because
Okay, so because you don't like it, we need to wrap it up and just stop talking about it. Okay, makes sense.
to me, what it gives when I see it is you chose a white man and good for you.
Yeah, good for you. And go choose what man you like.
You chose what you wanted, what you liked, what you loved. But then now you're trying to turn him into a black man and give him the black man's drip, the black man's swag.
The black man's drip, the black man's swag. What is that exactly? What is it? Because he looks nice, he's happy? Because he's dressed up? No other man can do that. Okay, only black men. Sounds to me that you don't want to see a white man look in a positive way. And you don't want to see that with a black woman. And well, if you don't want to see it, don't watch it. Bye. Bye, BK.
And I don't like that. It's cringy. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. She don't like it. You got to get rid of it. All right. What did you think about that? An angry Keisha because she's mad and not a wife? Maybe. She looks biracial though. I don't but she's angry. And why? So what? If you don't like it, don't watch it. I mean, who cares really at this point? Okay. Now let's see what a black man has to say about it. Okay.
Be the one to stir the pot. I really do, but I'm sorry if I see some hypocrite.
Okay, don't stir the pot. All right, let's play this one through.
Now, I hate to be the one to stir the pot. I really do, but I'm sorry if I see some hypocritical shit. I'm calling it out. It's a trend going on right now, and they're calling it the black wife effect. Right? Pretty much, it's black women who are married outside of their race, and they're showing the before and the after of their husband being married to them. Right? I like.
Let me stop right there. Yeah, it's going on. It's not just white men and black women. It's other non-black men. There's some Asian men. Okay. And I found one black man out of the whole thing. Black women have an effect on all of us. Okay. Regardless of your race, a black woman will have a big positive effect on you. Whether you're black, white, or Asian, as long as you're doing right as a man and you have love for her and she has love for you, you go and benefit. You are. There's, that is the honest to God truth. And we're seeing that marriages with black women are better for black men and white men. Okay. Black men, when they open up their options, their marriage rates go down. Okay. They're pretty low at the beginning, but when they date out, it gets worse. When white men date and marry out, our numbers go up. Okay. And you know why that is? It's because the black woman's character. It's because the black woman's loving, nurturing. The black woman puts your goals ahead of her own. Okay. Nobody loves you like black women do. And that's why we're seeing such a positive effect. And it's deeper than how you look. It goes how successful you are, how healthy you are, how motivated you are. I'm just saying, you open up your heart to a black woman that loves you, you're going to be successful. Just saying. Let's see what else he has to say.
Like I always say, I don't give a damn about nobody's preference. You can marry the size, shape, color. You can marry whoever and whatever you want. I don't give a damn. But this is where I do have an issue. Just read these comments. I'm loving these black wife effect. Keep them coming, ladies. 15.5 thousand likes.
Okay, that's a good thing, right? Why do you have a problem with it? Because she's not saying black men? Okay.
The material was always there. Sis said, "Rise, King," and he did.
And he did, Rise King, and he did. Okay, the white Zaddy King rose because she said, Rise King. What's wrong with that? Oh, because he didn't say Black King. Okay. I think that's the problem.
1,200 likes. I love this trend. God damn, you won. Shit.
Love it. God damn, you won. Yes. I'm loving this black wife effect. You don't like it though. Okay. Let's continue.
Girl, what kind of seasoning you used on this one?
Oh, some good seasoning because he's getting better. Yes.
Now let's flip the roles real quick. If black men was coming out here posting on this app, showing the before and after of they white wives and they other race wives saying,
They're doing that. A matter of fact, they do have a white wife effect and they have a black husband effect. You haven't seen it? They're doing it. Black men have been uplifting white women, dating white women and Hispanic women and all kinds of different women. What are you talking about, dude? And black men have been telling black women how these non-black women are better. What are you talking about? You're acting like black men don't do this. Come on. Let's get real.
and they put seasoning on them. Because all the seasoning really is like you could just tell they've been involved in black culture and now they a little bit culture.
Okay, they're in black culture. That's why they dress nice, because really white people, we wear dirty t-shirts. We don't cut our hair. We don't do nothing until, a black woman gives us black culture and all of a sudden we're clean and we're wearing nice clothes and okay. But I don't see where is that black culture they're talking about? Because I just see men that are dressed nice. I mean, where is it? I don't see them wearing black men hairstyles. I don't see them wearing like hip hop clothes or anything like that. I don't know. What is it? Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe they're just dressing nice. Maybe one of the white guys has some Jordans on. I don't know.
That's really all the seasoning that they put. But if black men was doing this with their white wives and they
They are doing it with their white wife. You haven't seen it? How many white women are walking around dating black men, or even married to black men, talking with stereotypical black slang? How many white women you see running around with cornrows? I see them all the time with black men, indulging in that culture. White men, we really don't do that. Now, you might see a white guy with a basketball jersey and some Jordans, but that's about mostly as far as we carry that. Now, there are some white dudes that will put, a grill in their mouth and sag their pants, but most of us don't do that. No. But white women do. You have them cultured. Yes, you do. Just saying. Yeah, dude needs a haircut.
Hispanic and Asian wives, oh my God, we wouldn't be able to breathe.
What do you mean? You talk about them all the time. You have channels. What about the SYSBM that show you with white women, Asian women, which is cool. That's great. But you're acting like you're not doing this, uplifting other groups of women. Black men do it all the time. This is all a bunch of BS, really. But okay.
I'm black, my daughter black, her mama black, she got 4 black grandparents. But if I was in these comments asking, what seasoning you put on that one, man, what? Y'all would be giving me hell. And don't act like y'all wouldn't.
Nobody would. Nobody would care. Okay. What do you think about that? Okay. Obviously, he don't like the trend. He don't like black women uplifting white men. That's what it really is. And how many likes they're getting doing it. I mean, come on. Just be happy a black woman found love, right? Don't we love black women? Don't we want to marry black women? I'm just saying. I married my wife and been married 30 years. How about you, bro? Go find you a black woman. If that's who you love, or find you a Becky. You know, do you. White men that act swag seem a little B-rad. Yeah. But I don't see these men doing that. I don't see these white men being B-rads or white thugging or vanilla thugging. I don't see that. I just see men that are dressed up, you know, having fun, you know, looking good for their wives, right? I'm just saying, I don't know where this is coming from. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I don't know. But I mean, everybody has a right to their opinion. But anyway. All right. Now I'm going to get into some stuff that's well, I'll put some positives up, and then we'll go to the negatives again, okay?
Knowing what a man's intention.
Okay. All right. Black women are for grown-ups, okay? Now, black women, I believe, are for grown-ups. The billionaire said it or didn't say it, but nevertheless, he did a statement, said he didn't say it, the billionaire white guy, but he said he loves his black wife, and you know, he did choose the black woman. So what's the victory lap that these clowns are doing? But hey, okay. But anyway, let's hear this.
But a lot of y'all black women have the white man savior complex.
I am so tired of this narrative. Black women, please stay out of your own race. The treatment you will get from men outside your race, like that bottom tier shit, no, not happening. Now, I can't speak for all men, but actually knowing what a man's intentions are, and to top it off, commitment. And I don't know, it's always super weird how upset black men get when black women are being appreciated. Like, y'all will sit here and act like y'all don't just pick white girlfriends for everything. Just look at our NBA players, our NFL players. But honestly, aren't we tired of this conversation? Honestly, go where you're appreciated. And black women, I'm just telling you, it's not our men.
Okay, what do you think about that? I think there's some truth to that. I think they're mad because black women are being uplifted. Now, you've seen the NFL players and how they're all with white women and this and that. And they celebrated that, right? This goes both ways. We're seeing millionaire white men choosing black women. Okay? The guy that didn't say black women are for grown-ups married a black woman, still married to a black woman and loves his black wife. Okay? Look at Eve. A billionaire married her. Okay? There's a prince in Europe or that married a little country in Europe that married a black woman, billionaire. There's black women married to billionaires all over and millionaires. The creator of Star Wars married a black woman. I mean, we see it all over. So black women are being desired by successful white men, not just bottom shelf brads that needed lifting up. So black women ain't going to the trailer park to pick out a brad. That's not happening. They're getting successful white men. Okay? They're getting millionaires and billionaires. Okay? Most women will not get a billionaire or millionaire, but a lot of black women are. Okay? So it goes both ways. Okay? Now, the thing of it is be with who you love that loves you. Okay? Just saying. But I think she's right. I think there's a little jealousy towards black women, and it's weird. Why would men be jealous of women? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just thinking that. But anyway, let me pull that down. But she's saying date out. Find men of other races. Okay. All right. Let's show this one real quick.
Open to taking.
Okay.
Want to know something funny?
All right. This woman is going to talk about the black wife effect works on black men, but only when they see value in black women. Okay. She's going to talk about that it works with black men too, the black wife effect.
Want to know something funny? The black wife effect works on black men too. It's just a little bit easier, I think, with men who are not black because they date black women without the intimidation isn't there. They're not intimidated by the black woman. They're kind of just happy to be there, so they're more open.
Okay, is she right? It's easier to work on white men because white men aren't intimidated. They're just happy to be there. I would say that's true. When I met my wife, she was highly educated. I had a high school diploma and that's it. I wasn't intimidated. I thought it was a good thing and it helped motivate me to get my college degree. Okay. So, and I was just happy to be with my wife. I was happy to be there. I embraced the fact that she accepted me and, loved me. I think that's true. Us white men, we're just happy to be there. When we fall in love with black women, we're just happy that you accepted us and we're happy to be there. And we're not intimidated by your degree and your success. In fact, it motivates us to be better.
Into taking suggestion from a black woman versus a black man, but there are some black men that will tell you that the black women in their lives completely elevated them as far as their personal style, business, and a host of other things. But I think it's just harder to do that with black couples if that black man doesn't see the value in what black women bring to the table. I noticed there's this level of respect in interracial relationships off the bat, I believe, just because that racial factor is there. So you want to make sure your partner is comfortable. So whereas two black people are in a relationship and they're both black and they know what it means to be black and they're going through black things together, they almost kind of take each other for granted in a sense. So if you're not fully open and healed, you don't want to listen to each other. Seeing the black wife effect in these interracial relationships, these white men, Asian men, whatever their race, they're coming into it like, I'm just happy to be here. I trust this black woman. I know I'm in the right place, and whatever she says to me or whatever she sees for the vision, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try it because I trust her 100%. But for some reason, sometimes in black relationships, we're not trusting each other. Does that make sense? Can somebody help me walk through that? Like, if I was to date a white man right now, I don't know what it's like to experience life as a white man, and he doesn't know what it's like to experience life as a black woman. So we have to come into it with an open mind and an open heart so we can listen and understand each other and care for each other. So I think that's how that level of trust is built, and you're kind of able to elevate each other in a sense. And I really don't say that to say that black people can't do that for each other, because my mom literally did the black wife effect with my dad and like his level of style and things like that. So it happens all the time in black relationships. But I think in the current climate with the conversations that are happening between black women and black men, I think that's kind of one of the reasons why we don't see eye to eye, is because we don't trust each other. We don't trust each other. And I want to know, why is that? Like, why don't we trust each other?
Okay, that's interesting. I think a lot of what she said was true. And with us white men or other groups of men that are in a relationship with a black woman in a marriage, we're happy to be there. And there's a misconception out there that when you get with a white man, his mother or some family member is going to say something racist and he's not going to offend you, and and it's going to be a chaotic. And actually, it's the total opposite. When I brought my wife into my family right before we got married, my family got to know my wife, and they bent over backwards to let her know that, to welcome her to the family, that she, they have love for her, and that, and I think it's just to prove they're not racist, because with white people, a lot of times racism is thrown in our face all the time. Well, slavery happened, Jim Crow, you're racist, you're born that way, you're inherently just evil. And so a lot of times when white people are around black people, we're very careful, and we try to let them know, hey, we're not racist, we love you, we are welcoming you in, welcome to the family. And my family was like that towards my wife. And it was kind of funny because when my wife got to meet my family before we got married, she was like, am I going to hear another heartwarming black story? And I said, yeah, you're going to hear more. And it's just their way of saying welcome to the family. And they want you to know that they don't have nothing against black people, and and they kind of go overboard with it. My mindset is, hey, I accept you, and that's, I don't have to keep telling you I accept you and give you a heartwarming black story. I don't, but some white people need to do that, I guess. So actually, my family was very cautious not to say the wrong thing and to show love towards my wife. A lot of times that's really what's going on. But you'll hear these horror stories. Oh, his mom said the N word and he didn't do nothing. And she said, oh, it slipped or whatever. That never happened in my family. Number one, my family's not like that. Number two, I wouldn't allow it. But anyway, getting to know each other and building that trust. And it's a very positive thing. We always want to think that interracial relationships are going to be so hard and so troubling and so, crazy and chaotic. And no, it ain't that way at all. Once you have love there, everything falls in place. Okay. But and she's giving kudos to black men too, saying, you know what, black women can elevate both men. All right, now here's some disturbing stuff. Okay. But these are people's opinions, and they're kind of overboard. Okay. Segregated mindset. And they're not for the interracial thing. Okay, let me post this one here.
Black wives are for black men. Rise up, black men. Go get your queen. They out here eyeing your lemon drink, king.
So she says black wives are for black men. It's funny because I don't see many black men saying the opposite. In fact, well, you see Umar Johnson saying that, but then, he never married the mother of his children, the mothers of his children. So, and what's the marriage rates in the black community? Let me show this real quick. Okay. All right. And this is just stats from 1980, 3% of black women married to white men. Okay. 2023 rose to 12%. Okay. Now, here's the numbers that really say something, okay? Black women married to a white man have a 50% less chance of a divorce than a black couple, okay? So if black wives are for black men, their marriages would last longer and more would be married. Only 27% of black women are married, okay? So black men are not marrying black women. A lot of black men don't want to be married, okay? So, if you want to be for the black man, you can. That's your choice. But look at this stat 44% less chance of a divorce than a white couple. So, white men, you want a strong marriage that lasts? You want to find true love? Marry a black woman. I'm just saying. So, I would disagree with this young lady.
And just to clear.
Okay? Black wives are for men that love them. Black wives are more for white men than black men. Oh my God, did I say that? Oh my God, I got controversial. Black women do better marrying white men, statistically. Okay? So you could say black wives are for black men, but how many black men are marrying black women? Anybody care to know? 27% of black women are married. So about 24% are married to black men. So, black men aren't checking for you like that, black women. I'm sorry to bear the bad news, but black men aren't trying to marry black women. They're just not. Okay? I mean, some are, but most are not. Okay? Most are okay with living the single life, having that, I guess, the dating thing forever. I'm just saying. But okay, but in your opinion, they're for black women. Black women are for real men. Black women are for men that love them. Black women are for true men with a loving heart. But when you limit yourself to race because you're poor black, whatever the black men give you, that's it. And many times you end up what? I lost my train of thought. But your marriage rates are horrible in the black community. I'm sorry. To be nice about it and to be fair, marriage is horrible across the board. Okay, it really is. But in the black community, it's a lot worse. And for black women being outnumbering black men by over 2 million, and black men are the most to date and marry out. You might be for the black man, but is he for you? Is the black man competing for you, young lady, or are you competing for the black man? Is he the breadwinner or are you? I'm just asking. I mean, as men, we all need to, tighten up our shot group, but I'm just saying. But good luck on your adventure. Find you a good black man. I pray you live happily ever after. Okay, what'd you think about that video? She said it. Black wives are for black men, damn it. White men, stay away. No, don't stay away.
Going on right now, they're calling it
Uh-oh.
Mountain billionaire, Caucasus Mountain billionaire said that shit.
Uh-oh, what did I do?
That really means I'm finna go give me a rich.
Nobody's preference. You can marry the size, shape, color. You can marry whoever and whatever you want.
Okay, I'm having some technical difficulties.
Just read these comments. I'm loving these black
Fellas,
white.
you see
Keep them coming, ladies. 15.5 thousand likes. The material was always there. Sis said, "Ride,"
Wow.
and he did. 1,200 likes. I love this trend. God damn, you won. Shit.
Okay, sorry about that. I had TikTok on at the same time. Oh my God. Sorry about that. Wow. Okay. All right. Here's our buddy. I did a video on him before. He's the guy that let us know that white women in Arizona, if they shake their keys, they're racist, and that's signaling that a black man's there, and you know. But let's hear what he has to say.
Fellas, you see these women talking about black wives are for grown-ups? That's because a rich Caucasus Mountain billionaire said that shit. So that really mean I'm finna go get me a rich Caucasus Mountains man.
Caucasus Mountain Man. He's got to laugh. Man, this guy's got swag. Look at the wife beater shirt. Man. Yeah, I got to get me one of those. I gotta, I got to, man. You know what? I need to take this polo off. Let me get a shirt like that. Well, us Caucasus Mountain Man. I'm a Caucasus Mountain Man. All right, let's rewind this.
Fellas, you see these women talking about black wives are for grown-ups? That's because a rich Caucasus Mountain billionaire said that shit. So that really mean I'm finna go get me a rich Caucasus Mountains man. Y'all need to strap up. Need to examine these women politics before you mess with them. I'm not telling nobody who to date. I think it's very irresponsible, however, while our little sisters are getting chopped up and thrown in the rivers, for the older sisters to be talking about, oh yeah, go get you one, girl.
Okay, what is this getting chopped up and thrown in the river stuff? Oh, okay, the stereotype. You know, and this is the thing that the swirling gone bad jokers always say. They find a white man out of millions that does something ungodly evil to a black woman. Say, see, when you get with the white man, this is what happens. This is what happens. You're going to be cut up in the river. But if you look at black femicide, who's committing most of the crimes in that area? Who's doing most of the unaliving? I think with black men, it's like 50% of the unaliving. I'm just saying. I mean, there's evil in all groups of men, but to throw that in there, like, what? They're going to chop you up because he's a white guy? No. But I just find that interesting. He threw that in there. But I guess that's what Caucasus Mountain men do. And by the way, are white people really from the Caucasus Mountains? Biblically, I thought we came from Noah and his wife. I thought we're all descendants of Noah. Isn't that where people came from? This thing, the Caucasus Mountains, where do they get that? I don't know. I mean, maybe so, but okay. But who cares? But let's continue.
I think that's fucked up. They might say this is anti-black woman, but if you read my comments and look at the videos from when we talk, me and other sisters are telling these other young girls to beware of these Caucasus Mountains men. They going in on these sisters, man. You know, I blocked all the ones fucking with me, but you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are switching sides in your face. They gonna talk that black shit. So these motherfuckers get real sneaky with their politics, man. Ask some questions. Watch the signs.
He's warning you. I'm telling you, those Caucasus Mountain men out there, who they're thanks for the warning, Tyrone. Like the wife beater, man. Looks like you've been living in your truck a while. Maybe you need to get some rest, get a little therapy. Stop worrying about the Caucasus Mountain men. Okay, we don't live in the Caucasus Mountains. Okay, we just don't. We live in Europe or America and different parts of the world, but I don't know. Maybe there's some white people that live in the Caucasus Mountains. I don't know. They say that's where we come from. I guess that's where you get Caucasian, whatever. But thank you, Tyrone, for the update and the warning. We'll beware of the Caucasus Mountain men. Okay, ladies, go get you a Caucasus Mountain man. They're good men. They'll love you. They'll bring you to the suburbs and show you love. And Caucasus Mountain men for Black women. Hey, let's start that trend. Caucasus Mountain men for Black women. All right. Okay. Now we're going. Oh God. All right. Now this one's troubling. This one I'm going to show you guys. This is disgusting. Okay. And this young lady with pink hair tries to put the black wife effect back in the slavery deal. Okay. But I'll show you this.
The black wife effect.
Okay, look at that picture. Okay. You got a white woman with a black woman, a maid back in the slave days, the mammy look, the stereotype. Okay. And black wife effect equals mammy stereotype. Really. The black wife effect, the black woman's a wife, not a maid. Okay. She's not the mammy. Okay. But let's hear what she has to say.
To me, the black wife effect represents the mummification of black women yet again. Notice that in many of these black wife effect compilations, they aren't talking about, what they truly love about the black wife's character, but basically implying that, their black wife was amazing because they got them when they weren't, looking their best or feeling their best. And
okay, that's character right there, young lady. When the man says that the black woman lifted him up and made him better than he was, he's saying that because of her character, the black woman's character, that man is doing better. That man is looking good. He's in shape. He's feeling good about himself. He's being successful. That's reflection of a black woman's character. And that's exactly what they're saying. I'm just saying.
And basically boosted their self-esteem, boosted their style, boosted, basically their self-worth so that they can become like, the self-actualized person that they are today.
Yeah, and what does that come from? Why did this happen? Because of a black woman's character. And these men are showing love and respect. They're not talking about her butt. They're not talking about her shape. They're talking about how black women have leveled them up, how they made their life better. They're talking about black women's character all the freaking time. You got to open up your ears. I mean, if they wanted the mammy, they would just hire a maid. But they're marrying these women. But that's just another way to degrade the interracial relationship. Just another way to shame black women, and coming from a black woman herself. What about a black woman that takes care of a black man while she's the breadwinner? Could that be magnification there? How many black men are going online saying how great black women's character is, how beautiful they are, and how they lifted them up? I can hear, you ever hear Umar Johnson, 5'5", kicking the thighs, between their legs is heaven. They don't ever talk about their character. What are you talking about? But to put this picture up here is disgusting.
And I don't really see how that's different to the mommy stereotype that basically values black women for basically their service, their acts of service, and their domestic labor to white people, or I guess in the case of the black wife effect, non-black people as well. You could say that maybe I'm over exaggerating, but that's
Yeah, you are. You're actually lying.
really what I see it as.
Okay. But look at this picture. Okay. So white men that elevate their black wives somehow are turning them into the stereotypical mammy back in slave days. And how is this happening? Where that white woman is right now in that picture, that's where a black woman is. She's the wife. She's not the mammy. She's not the maid. She's not there to perform a service. She's a wife. She shares in the wealth. She shares in the kingdom. Okay? White men are sharing their wealth with black women. They're sharing their love. And they're uplifting black women for their character because of the beauty they have, the love they have in their heart. But this is another attempt. Anytime a black woman and white men get together, it always has to go to slavery. It always has to go to all the worst stereotypes ever. It can't be true love. But truth be told, white men are staying married to black women more than black men are. And in fact, our marriages last longer. We have more success. And black women benefit more with white men than black men. And tell me I'm lying. You're better off, black women, marrying a white man in today's world. You most likely will live in a better neighborhood. You most likely will be safer. Not saying white men can't be evil, but truth be told, you're going to be better off. Now, you can disagree with that. You can be pro-black and assume every white person on earth is evil. That's fine. But if you look at the stats, black women do better with white men. That's the truth. Numbers don't lie. If you don't like it, do something to better yourself. Just saying. But to come up with this stuff, I'm just like, really? But anyway, man, really? Oh, so if you're married to a white man, you're a mammy now. Just like some people say, oh, well, it's a way for a white man to control black women by marrying them. Really? Okay. Anyway, this last one here is crazy. Okay. Now, this looks like a biracial woman that's obviously pro-black, but anyway, let me go ahead and put this up here.
All right, I'm good. Look at here. Look.
Okay. Let's build up our own. Black men and black women need each other. Okay. Well, if they need each other so bad, why aren't their marriage rates going up? But I'm just saying.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? I'm good. Look at here. Look. To my ladies, my melanated queens that look like me.
Yeah, melanated queens that look like her. Man, you have as much melanation as I do. You're my complexion. Dang, you have I don't know which skin is lighter, mine or hers. It's almost the same, but okay. But you can tell she's biracial, and that's cool. Okay.
Y'all come forth. Let's have a little chit chat right quick. Look, y'all. What's this new trend going on? This black wife effect and all this and that. Do y'all see the agenda? Can y'all catch the drift? Anybody? Come on now. Let's do.
Yeah, I got the agenda: uplifting black women, showing them love and respect. White men showing love and respect for black women. I get the agenda. I see the drip. Okay.
Better. Cause why? Why is the black woman needed to build every other nation except for their own? I mean,
Okay, first of all, in America, America is our nation, both black and white. Okay. You don't belong to any other nation except America, unless you're a citizen of another country. And if you don't like being part of our nation, go to a nation you love where you can be around people you love. Because here in America, we are the same nationality. We're Americans. Okay? Black women ain't building up other nations. Okay? They're not doing it. All right? Black women are building up the man they love and help building the family with the man that they love. Okay? Just saying. But let's continue.
we can clearly see as a people that our nation, that the people that look like us, we're in a position that we can't do too much.
What nation is that? The biracial nation? Is that the nation you're talking about that look like us? Because you don't look like the typical black woman. You look like you're biracial. And that's okay. Look, I love biracial people. My children are biracial. Okay?
And then we look at our men and see our men struggling and just going through it on a day-to-day basis, but yet we rather get with these other nations and try to build them up. Why?
Well, because these other nations are actually showing you love and more love and respect than your own group. I'm just saying. It is what it is. Okay? It's not your job to build up a nation. It's your job to build up your family. It's your job to be with the man you love, regardless of his color.
It's these other nations that cause the problems that we have now. They did everything in their power to break the black woman and the black man up. And they succeeded with that.
Well, first of all, in today's world, how are they breaking up the black family? The black man is not marrying the black woman as much as he used to, right? So who's breaking up the family? What, white people are? How? There ain't no white people stopping black people from getting married. There aren't white people standing guard at the courthouse so you can't get together and get married. Nobody's stopping black people from getting married. And in fact, the white supremacists want black people to get married, so they'll leave white people alone. Ain't nobody trying to break up the black family except black people. I'm being honest in today's world. I mean, the black community has the lowest marriage rates. Why? Is there law saying they can't get married? Is there people stopping them from getting married? Is there armed guards at the courthouse that say you can't go to the justice of the peace and get married? Are they refusing marriage license to black people? How in the hell is anybody trying to break up the black family today? You can get married. Nobody's stopping you. Heck, there were more marriages in slavery time than today's world with black people. I'm just saying. Ain't nobody stopping you. Nobody's trying to break up the black family. But when you have children out of wedlock at a high rate, well, that's not going to do good for your family. But ain't nobody forcing you to do that. And see, this is the problem. Okay, there's an excuse. Okay, the black community's not doing good in marriage. So what do? Blame white people, blame white supremacy, blame racism, blame this and that, when really it's your fault. Your men are not marrying you, just saying, yeah, I got the gap too, just like she does. Hey, nothing wrong with the gap. Hey. Yeah, nice gap, young lady. Let's hear what else she has to say.
And now you have the black man going to the Chinese and the Japanese for a check. And you have the black woman going to the YT man to give him an effect that his own woman can't even give him.
Okay, well, if the white woman can't give us the effect, we got to go to the black woman. That's okay with me. All right? Hey, you got to do what you got to do. All right.
Let the apple stay with the apples and the grapes stay with the grapes, because it ain't no mixing.
No, but your parents were mixing. You have some mixing going on. So you're saying that you don't belong here because mixing, you're not supposed to be mixing? And we're not apples and oranges. We're human beings. We're not different species. We're human beings. Okay? Different species cannot procreate together. You have to be the same species. There's not different races. There's a human race. Okay? Some of us have different features, but we're humans. Okay? We all have hands, arms, legs. We have a brain. We have a heart. We have the same things. So we're not apples and oranges. We're people and people. Okay? And if you don't agree with race mixing, how did you come about? Just saying. Because I can tell you're not fully black, so what is it? Nothing against it. I'm just saying.
You're not supposed to mix, first of all. But second of all, why would you go to another nation of people to uplift them when your own nation needs to be built up?
Because that other nation is building you up. In fact, we're the same nation. I assume she's an American citizen. You know, she's mixed, confused, and don't know which. Yeah, but nothing wrong with mixed. They're biracial. They're, embrace who you are. Okay, and I'm sure you got white people in your family. Embrace your family totally.
Why? You mean to tell me you can go over here and build up this man, make him look like the man that your father looks like? You turn this whole Keebler into a Daquan. Because why? He's gonna forever be the Keebler. He can never be the Daquan. It's an act.
Ain't nobody trying to be the Daquan. The man's just trying to love his black wife. I mean, but go with the men you love. Hey, good luck.
So why? And then you have the black men who choose to date outside or marry outside. Why? She could
Because they want to.
never be. It's a void that she'll never be able to fulfill. It's a void that he'll never be able to fulfill, because we need each other. The black woman is built for the black man, and the black man is built for the black woman. We are to build our nation. Our nation has been downtrodden for I don't know how long. It's time for us to build our men. Let the Keeblers have the Keeblers.
Well, first of all, to build your men, they got to want to be built. Okay? And if you want black men to be on top and be successful and love you and marry you, first thing you need to do is hold their feet to the fire. First thing you need to do is have some standards. You need to put them in check, and when they're wrong, you need to hold them to that. You don't need to give them excuses, because when you coddle men, they become weak and useless. I don't care how physically strong they are, whatever. But when you coddle men, it's going to backfire. Okay? The way you build men up is you hold them to a standard. You don't give them excuses and say, well, the man is holding them down, racism, and no. They're failing because they're failing. Okay? Now you say, well, what about white privilege? Well, let me tell you something. There are people that will always have privilege over you. Okay? And most commonly is wealth privilege. There are people that live in the other side of town that have a lot more opportunities than I'll ever have. There are people that have privileges I'll never experience. But if you can't hold yourself accountable, you're going to remain at the bottom. And I know you're going to go in and try to build up the black man and make them better, and and black women do better and do this and be natural and all this other crap. But until you make the man do better, you are living failure. I'm just saying. Color does not build character. Okay? Being held accountable builds character. What's in your heart? Making the right decisions. Sacrificing for your family. That's character. Having an excuse? No. That just makes failure easy. Let's continue.
Let little essay them have little essay them. Let whoever have whoever. Let Ching Chong have Ling Ling. Okay? They have their own nation. They have their own God. They have their own way of living. And then you have to, these people broke us. We're in these situations as a nation of people because these other nations did what they did. The crafty council, they gathered themselves together and they was like, we're going to stop this nation from being a nation. They came in with all their laws, and if you want this, you got to let the black man out the house. If you want this, you got to get him out the way. And it worked. So much so that we in a whole nother household we ain't got no business being in. He could never fulfill what you need. She could never fulfill what you need because she's not built for you. He's not built for you. Why don't we?
First of all, men and women are built for each other. Okay? Don't matter what race they are. It don't matter what nation. Okay? Good men are built for good women. Period. Okay? And from what I can see in you, young lady, you're biracial. Okay? And the people you hate, I bet, are in your family. So by saying black men are built for black women and King and Chong, whatever that is, Asians, no, good people are made for good people. Period. You go for the best option, whatever color that is. And if you can live that way, you'll have a better life. You'll have more options, more opportunity. But it's hard to say. There's going to be some black men that take advantage of you because they know you're down for the black man only. Because you believe in racial segregation. You believe in separation. You believe you're in a nation within another nation. Go to the nation you love, where there's melanated people and people you feel comfortable around. But you'll stick out because you're biracial. But go where you want to go. Go where you feel loved.
Try to uplift our own men. Why don't we respect our own men?
Why don't you hold your own men accountable? Why don't you make them get a job? Why don't you not give yourself up to these men until they show that they're true men, till they marry you, till they provide for you? Why don't you hold them to that standard? I'm telling you, if you have standards, you're going to end up with a better man. Just saying.
Let's give that a try. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. We were meant to be together. We were not meant to be separate. The man is the head of the household. That just is the way it is. A woman is to be feminine. You don't have to be hard. You know, you have women out here crying on a day-to-day basis about how hard life is. It's hard because you're trying to be a man. You're not the man.
It's hard because Black women are left alone a lot of times. A lot of them are single mothers. A lot of them, their men are out being players. I mean, it is hard. And Black women, I'm going to say this, and it's going to be it's going to be I don't want to say confrontational. It's not controversial. Okay, Black women, you need to open up your options. You really do. Okay, there are other men out there. You need to be with a man of character. Okay. Now, if you find that Black man that's got the character and everything, that's great. But you got to search for character. You have to have standards. Okay? You got to get out of this segregated mindset that we got to be with who looks like us because we don't want to be apples and oranges. We are people. Okay? Apples and oranges can't come together and create an orange apple. Okay? Different species of animals can't procreate with each other. All right? But people can because we're people. We're the same species. Yeah, some are dark, some are light, but we're human beings. And when you start searching for character instead of color, you'll find these so-called white devils you talk about are actually good men. And you'll find that the only ones you should be building up is the man that loves you, not the man that looks like you.
Sit down, settle down, be a feminine woman the way the Most High intended you to be. You can't do it all by yourself. Let that man lead. You don't like letting the man lead, so you want to go somewhere where you feel like you can be a boss and take over. No, baby. It don't work like that. That's why you're so stressed out. We need to get it together as a people and love our own. Build our own community.
Newsflash, if you're in America, you're in my community, and I'm in your community. So let's build a great nation that we call America. How about that? How about we come together as Americans and get past this segregated mindset and get past this colorism crap? How about that? How about we go for the best option, the person that has the most character? How about that? How about we do that? How about if white men like myself can see beauty in a Black woman and see that I can have a good marriage? Why don't we go that route? Because, see, I chose the best option. And the best option happened to be a Black woman. I have 30 years of marriage. And why? Because I chose right. But anyway, I'm going to bring this down. But that she's, has a right to her opinion, okay? I'm not here to bash this woman. But I think a lot of Black women have a false sense of hope. I think, and it's sad. I think a lot of Black women are waiting for that good Black man to come through and marry them and love them. And a lot of times it's not happening. A lot of times these women are being left alone, being single mothers, and having to carry the load within the community. And it's sad because everybody deserves to be loved. Everybody deserves to be in a marriage if that's what they want. And we need to get out of this mindset, okay? Newsflash, slavery's over. Jim Crow is done, Okay. Are we perfect? No. But we're a hell of a lot better than our nation used to be. We have the greatest nation in the world. You say, well, we can't because we had slavery. The whole world had slavery. Slavery would never have happened if the transatlantic slave trade didn't take place. And it had to be a willingness within Africans and Europeans and Arabs and other groups of people to make it work. And I'm going to say something Black people will not like. The first slave master was the black man dealing with our country. Because who were they sold to? And I'm not saying that to minimize what happened, because what happened was evil and it was wrong. But we need to move on past that. We need to build our nation. Okay? I'm just saying. You're not going to make it better by making white people feel guilty their whole life. And you're not going to make it better by making Black people feel like they're victims. It does no good for any of us. And I'm telling you, more interracial marriages are going to happen, and it's God's will. Black people and white people will procreate with each other. They will come together in marriage. It's happening already. It's been happening. And if that's what we need to bring our nation together, that's what we need to do. Because being segregated and, and going back and forth with the past, and yeah, it's wrong. It happened. Ain't nothing we can do about it. But we can make it better from this day forward, can we not? I'm just saying. But anyway, back to uplifting Black women, the Black wife effect. Black women are amazing, okay? Black women are a blessing to those of us that are around them, within our relationships, within our friendships, within our dating, our marriages. Black women are a true blessing. Black women make us better than we ever thought we could be. They're doing it, okay? The Black wife effect is real. Black women are elevating their husbands. And we need to recognize that. We need to celebrate Black women for their accomplishments, for their love. Because truth be told, Black women are making a difference within our country. They're making us better, okay? And whether you agree with it or not, they are. You could look within our relationships, within our marriages, within the corporate world, within our country. Black women are a very big asset that's making us better. And until people realize that, we're going to have problems. And why should we ever get mad when a Black woman's uplifted? If anybody should be complaining, it should be the Black woman. She has the right to complain more than any of us. And that's the honest to God truth. And we need to stop bashing Black women. We need to stop tearing into them because of their wigs, their weaves, makeup, all that stupid crap. We need to stop getting mad when somebody uplifts a Black woman, and we need to participate and uplift Black women. I'm just saying. And I love Black women. I do. Black women are a blessing to me. I've been blessed by Black women through friendships, co-workers, my dating history, my wife, okay? Black women have made me better. And if you look at what's really going on, Black women have probably made you better too. Just saying. But anyway, I wanted to show there is an opposition, okay? And it's not just to the interracial thing. There's an opposition to uplifting Black women. For whatever reason, and a lot of this comes from Black people not wanting to uplift Black women, which blows my mind. Why wouldn't we wanted to do this? Beverly, you said Joe said he would like to do a show with me. I would love to do a show with Cup of Joe, yes. I mean, anytime, if he contacted me anytime he wanted to do it, I'd do it on his channel, my channel, it don't matter. Or someone else's channel. Big Joe is or Cup of Joe is a amazing man. He's a good man. He loves Black women. And he's a man of character. So I would do a show with him in a heartbeat. But anyway, I want to show you some backlash I got. Okay? Because I did a video on the Black woman effect, or Black wife effect, right? And I did a live on the Black woman effect, right? And I got some hate, which I always do. I always have somebody that says something negative, and that's okay. But I got these two comments I want to show you, okay? And you know how we have the angry Karen. I believe an angry Karen is in all races. You got the Black Karen, the Hispanic Karen, the Asian Karen. It's just a woman that just feels privileged that it's got to be her way or no way at all. She tries to dictate what goes on around her. You know, and I got one from this Hispanic Karen. Okay. Let me show this here. This woman here. All right, let me take my thing off here so I can. So you can see the whole thing. All right, this here, this young lady, I guess, had a problem with the Black wife effect or Black woman effect. She said, I'm a Hispanic girl, and I think you so full of ish. Has a turd. I can't stop laughing my ass off. Even Black men laughing at you and your listeners. Ha 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 ha. All right. First of all, as a Hispanic girl, what the hell are you doing on my channel? Why are you even here when I'm doing a video about the Black wife effect? Why are you sticking your nose in my channel? I mean, why are you doing this? Now, I have no problem with white women, Hispanic women, you know, supporting my channel and watching it. I have no problem with that. But to put your 2 cents in there and to state you're a Hispanic girl, that don't mean a damn thing to me. I don't care. It was a show about Black women. And that's who should be putting comments in there. I didn't do the show for white women or Hispanic women. Well, unless you're an Afro-Latina, then you're welcome to put your comments. But a Hispanic girl, this show wasn't done about you. Maybe you need to take yourself and go to a channel that you support, that you love. Maybe you need to go to a channel that uplifts Hispanic women. Okay? That's what you need to do. Okay, instead of getting caught in your feelings about uplifting black women. Truth is, I'd say you're jealous of black women because they're getting more attention than you are. But anyway, I don't even know why this comment was there. Like, who cares? Black men are laughing at, oh, like I give a damn. I didn't do this show for Hispanic women or black men. So go to a channel where, you know what? I'm going to refer you to SYSBM. They love Hispanic women and white women. Go over there. But you don't need to be over here with your comments, because really, who you are, it don't mean nothing to me. And I have nothing against Hispanic women. The show wasn't about you. So bye. Have a nice life. It may be Dusty pretending. Yeah, it could be. You know what? You could be right. This could be a black. You know what? A lot of these Tyrones are chameleons. They'll come and make profiles of white women, white men, black women, Hispanic women, Asian. It could be that. And maybe it is, because it's kind of weird. Why would a Hispanic woman come up and say, I'm a Hispanic girl? Like, who gives a damn? We weren't talking about you. I mean, seriously. And obviously, you care about what I'm saying to even come on and, spend the energy to make a comment. But, I mean, it is what it is. But anyway, like I said, I have nothing against no groups of women, okay? But when we're uplifting black women, saying you're Hispanic, just to me, that got under my skin because it was about black women, But anyway, okay. All right, now this guy, all right. And I want to address this comment. This is from Philip Bell, 5448. He's talking about me. This white man has a white savior complex along with a fetish. Okay. Our modern day black women are the most disloyal, selfish, bitter, dysfunctional, unproblematic people in the world. Trust me. They love the comments. Not you, white man. Oh, okay. Let me break this down. First of all, a white savior complex, maybe because I have love for black women and I want to see black women do better. Okay. But then he says, along with a fetish. Okay. Every time I talk about black women or share my life with my wife, Sandy, they always throw in a fetish, okay? Because apparently people believe if you're a white man and you have love for black women, it's got to be a fetish. It's got to be something sexual. All right, Philip Bell, let me tell you something, okay? You want to say, I have a fetish. First of all, I have 3 children, okay? And all 3 children are from my wife, my one and only wife, okay? I've been married to my black wife for 30 years. Today is our 30-year wedding anniversary, okay? Let me tell you something. A fetish, a lustful desire does not last 30 years. If it's truly a fetish, I would have been all over the place with different groups of women. But within your community, not many people are lasting 30 years. I don't have no baby mamas. I don't have no side chicks. I've only been married once. And I have children by only one woman, my wife. So you can take that fetish Philip 5448, you could turn it sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass, because you will never have a life success that I have with a black woman. It'll never happen for you. So instead of worrying about me having a white savior complex and a fetish, maybe you need to fix your life. And another thing, Philip 5448, black women are the most loyal, not disloyal. You got that wrong. You're just not man enough to be with a black woman. Okay? Selfish, no. Black women put others before themselves. Bitter, yeah, they're probably bitter dealing with your dumb ass. Dysfunctional, no, you're dysfunctional. Okay? Unproblematic, that's you. Trust you? No, we don't trust you at all, because you're a big fat liar. They love the compliments. Yeah, black women love my confidence, not you white men. Okay, first of all, if black women are watching my channel because they love the comments but don't like me, okay, I'm perfectly okay with that. You know why? Because I have true love for black women. I have a pure heart in this sense. I'm not doing this to see what I could get out of black women. I'm doing this because I love black women. I want them to love the comments. I want them to feel good about themselves. I want them to have the courage to open up their options and live their best life. I want black women to win and be on top where they belong. That's what I want. It's not about me, Philip Bell. It's about opening up your options. It's about black women having the best option that they deserve. Black women need to take their spot at the top. I'm just saying. But I get this comment because his mindset is black women are the problem. And the reason because of this in a lot of cases is black women, a lot of times, and I'm going to say this, and I hate to say it, but a lot of times this is your fault because you give these guys a pass, because you uplift them and tell them that they're the best. And the reason they're not successful is because of white supremacy, racism, and every ism in the world. And you think you're helping them by lifting them up and giving them an excuse, but in fact, you're making them weaker. You're making them feel good about their failure. And when you don't believe anything's your fault, you will never get better. Sometimes it's better to be at fault because you know you're wrong and you need to improve. Okay? And this is where white men are going to win when it comes to having relationships with black women. And we're going to do better than black men with relationships with black women. You know why? It's not because we're better. It's not because of our skin tone. It's not because of our white privilege. It's because we know we got to improve. It's because we're held accountable. So we try to improve. We try to do better. We don't have that. Go and say, if I fail, oh, well, it's the system. It's the white man. It's the man holding me down. People would laugh at me. So for us white men, we're going to do better because we don't have that luxury option of blaming white supremacy and, you know, being held back and not given a fair shot. And that's a good thing. Because I don't want an excuse. Because excuses just make failure easier to deal with. Excuses makes you feel good within your failure. If you fail, you fail. But anyway, I know I triggered some people, and honestly, I don't care. I'm telling the truth. Okay? Now, if you're a good man and this don't apply to you, it don't apply to you. Take it with a grain of salt and let it go. If you're doing what's right, hey, And I want to say this. Black women do better with white men statistically. But ladies, that don't mean white men can't do you wrong. Okay? You have to have the same standards across the board, regardless of who you're dealing with. And I would say to white men too, there are some evil black women out there, okay? Most black women are amazing, beautiful women and will do it, do anything for you if you show her love and respect. But you got to vet. We all need to vet. And I'm telling you, there's something going on, and you need to be careful how you treat the black woman. Okay? You show her love and respect, you will be blessed. You curse her, you'll put a curse on yourself. Look at what's going on. These men that go in on black women don't do so hot. Just saying. Men that show black women love and respect, they seem to be pretty successful. They seem to be doing all right. I'm just saying. And we as men, we need to start showing black women love and respect. Regardless if you're dating them or married to them, we need to start doing this. Black women are doing amazing things in our country. Black women, and I'm telling you, you become friends with them, you get in a relationship with them, she'll do you right. And it don't have to be a romantic relationship. I'm just talking about friendships in general. Just a co-worker. Black women have had an impact in my life as a child all the way till today. I've been successful with my faith, with my marriage, listening to black women. I've made money taking advice from black women. And I'm going to tell you, the truth is, I have more trust dealing with black women than any other group of people. And you'll say, well, that's because you like black women. No, I have more trust. I feel that black women are more genuine than other groups of people. They're more loving, they're more trusting. And I'm going to say this, and I know it's going to sound bad, but really, I opened up my options because black women were the best option. And I didn't come from a black community. It wasn't in my environment. I could see what was the best option. Who's showing me more love? Who has more respect? I'm just saying. I see the beauty in black women. And because my parents never told me it was wrong to feel how I feel, I've been blessed to live my life the way I want to live. I can have a preference. We all can have a preference. And that don't mean I don't like my white family. I love my white family. But when it comes to love and marriage, it's black women are nothing for me. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. You could say you're weird, you're messed up in the head. I don't care. No, I got my head together. I know what I wanted in life. And I did, and I won doing what I wanted to do, living my life the way I wanted to, being with a woman that loves me and that was always there for me. I'm going to drop the link if you guys want to come up. I'll give it a few minutes. I'm going to close soon. Okay. Dang it, I hate this computer. It just got this thing. I can't even. I can't even drop the link. Okay. I'm going to try to enter. Would that work? All right. Okay. Hey, Genesis, how's it going?
Hello, how are you today?
Good. How are you doing? I'm sorry. I was just having trouble putting this in here. On my computer, I got like a help link if you have questions, and it's right on my comment, and I can't move it. So it's like I try to turn it off, and it just keeps flashing up there. I have
Okay.
to go. I have to go to my settings, but yeah. Um.
Okay.
Yeah. How are you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. I haven't called in a little while. I just wanted to check in with you and thank you for everything that you continue to do. Um, One point that I wanted to make, and I
Mhm.
was telling my husband this. I want to thank you, Brent, for your dedication because you've created a channel. Your whole channel, your entire channel is focused on uplifting the Black woman. And if we want to create change, if we want to do better for society, that's what we must do.
Mhm.
You don't see Black men doing that as a collective. Name a channel that is dedicated to uplifting the divine, to uplifting the divine feminine, to uplifting the melanated woman, brought to you by Black men. The conscious community is not doing that. Nobody else is doing that. So that lets me know, and I'm sure that lets people in the comment section know they do not like you. So, what needs to happen is melanated women just need to love themselves. If you haven't moved on, you need to move on. That's it. Because they're not going to change. They're too far gone. And if you're still waiting on your king, it's not happening. And you're going to be waiting and waiting, and you're going to shortchange yourself. So that's why, I love you, Brent, so much because you're not just talking about it, you're actually being about it. And, me being in Atlanta, just when I go to the grocery store, just when I'm out and about, a lot of them are really mad because melanated women are simply doing better.
Yeah.
They're doing better and they wanted to be in our position, so,
Yeah.
it's,
Well,
it's, go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah. No, I was going to say thank you for your kind compliments. I I, I really do. Um
Hmm.
but just going off what you said about jealous of Black women and their accomplishments, I think sometimes Black men want Becky to come in and with them, uh, like Black women are doing for us. You I think they. No, I'm serious. I really think they want that, and
Yeah.
it's kind of weird, and that ain't going to happen. Um,
No.
um, and and I'm going to say this: white women will never uplift you like a Black woman will. White women will
Hmm.
never love. No other women will do this like Black women will. No other woman will love you like a Black woman does. Black women are truly the best option. And I know some people are going to be mad at me and say, well, what about my wife? She's this and that. There are good women in all groups. Don't get me wrong. But
Right.
black women are the top of the top. They're and it is what it is. They show the
Right.
most love. They're the most nurturing um of any group.
Mhm.
The problem is black men ain't giving that back to them. And that's why the black community is hurting when it comes to marriage, when it comes to the out of birth rate. They're not wanting to marry black women. They're just not. They'll have a relationship with you and have children, but they don't want to go all in for
Right.
most cases. I'm not going to say all because there's good ones out there, but they're far and few between. And black women, black women just need to open up their options and go for the best option. Go for who loves you, that's going to put you in the better position to
Right.
where you can be happy, have wealth, have a safe place to live, and your children can prosper. Um, you need to look at it like that. And white men too. Look, when it comes to marriage, our marriage rates, we get married more, but we're not staying married in the white community, sort of say. White men that marry out do better than white men with Becky. It's true, regardless of who we go with. And it's kind of
Right.
ironic because black women are having the same thing with their counterpart. And it just, and I think about it, what are we doing? Black women and white men, we need to get together more often. And
Mhm.
younger people need to do it more often. Okay. It's great and wonderful. We see people up in their middle age getting together and opening up their options. That's beautiful. But
Right.
we need to do it more at a younger age too. And we are,
Mhm.
you know.
So true. The point you made about black women was, I'm sorry, black men, they're
Mhm.
looking to white women to basically do what black women are doing. Well,
Mhm.
that's because their sexual connection more so lies with non-black women. Black men as a collective, they don't have a sexual connection with black women, and a lot of males in patriarchy, under the patriarchy, that's as far as they go is sex. So if they don't have a sexual connection, they don't know how to deal with you at all. The reason his as a collective black men, their relationship rate is so unsuccessful because you cannot build a relationship just based off of sex alone.
Right.
Plus they're in the worship of the anus. So
Well,
they really don't, I'm sorry.
no,
They Oh, go ahead, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm just going to say I don't know about. Yeah,
Hmm?
but what I was going to say with the sexual thing,
Hmm.
I think with black men and white women, it is easier to get together, and a lot of times it is that sexual desire, and it's kind of funny because us as white men, we're always accused of being a fetishizer.
Hmm.
And I've been called that so many times by black men and pro black women, like, oh, you just fetishize black women. Well, I've been married 30 years. I've only been married once. It's not, if I was a fetishizer, I'd be going to many women because that's what they do. My relationship with my wife is more than a sexual relationship. That's
Right.
part of it, but it's part of it.
Well,
There's
that's
so
what
many areas of love there, and
I'm
it just seems like their relationships are based more on the physical.
right.
Black women, white men, and not saying there ain't black women, white men that have just the physical thing, but usually we think more deeper. We look beyond just the physical part. We look at the future kind of and how we can make each other better. Um,
Right. I would say it's more of a maybe it starts with black women, white men at like a sapiosexual level, and then it rises above that.
Mhm.
Because the what I found as a collective, you know, with black men, you're still dealing with a male that's under patriarchy, and that's where the disconnect and the clash is when it comes to black women and black men, because he still feels that there's benefit and there's some type of dominance to be had as he operates under the patriarchy, and he wants to be able to subjugate us under that. And melanated women as a collective, we do not fit into patriarchy in America. We don't even have a sense of nationalism here, black people. So that's one aspect of where the disconnect is. He's vibing too low on a sexual level, so he doesn't match us. I'm just gonna be honest, before I met my husband and everything, and even now, um, um, a sexual connection is a more low based connection. But
Yeah.
I find that um non black men tend to be more attracted to me that in that way, as a collective than black men. It's just a fact. Um and I'm sure there's many reasons for that or whatever, but we're just not connected. It's not happening. You can, like
Yeah.
I said, you can't build a relationship based off of just sex.
Right.
Also, what I'm seeing too is, as a black woman, dealing with my husband or whatever, um, I have a couple of black men that I see in my life. Yeah, they're more supportive or whatever, because you will have some of them, especially if they feel that they have something to lose. When they see Greg, my husband, the way he treats me, you will have some black men that will follow behind that, and and they need other men to teach them how to treat women.
Mm.
A lot of times men need other men to teach them how to build. Men need other men to teach them how to um you know have camaraderie with each other and treat other people. That's why the lady with the head wrap, I totally disagree with her when she was saying that we need to build with them. That's not our job to build with him. That is his job to build. And the
Yeah.
men need to teach the other men how to build correctly. He's failed us, so he wants to attack us. It's just not happening. So those are some of the key points I was making. What I'm seeing too, I've been, I've had to really, I watch my steps, isolate, and cut myself off from people living in Atlanta, Georgia. Just going to the grocery store, just going out and about. I mean, a lot of black men, they are very mad in Atlanta because black women here are doing very well. Even some of the males that live in my building, they don't even bathe, they don't even clean themselves, and they're
Wow.
mad because black women are doing good. So, and that going to the grocery stores, you see the mean mugging us. We've had a recent murder here of a black man that murdered excuse me, I'm sorry, unalived a black woman. He married another woman under her nose. She didn't know about it, and then he unalived her. So
Wow.
a lot of us too are um a lot of black women too are thinking of ways to defend themselves and protect themselves, and it's sad because we're forced to do that. If we want to
Right.
stay protected and stay alive, we're forced to do it. One out of three of us are unalived by a black man. So if you don't understand that at this point the collective of them do not like you, I don't know what to tell you.
Mhm.
Another thing too with the churches and stuff like that. I've had a recent situation at this point with the churches, especially the black churches. I'm talking about the black churches.
Mhm.
You It's very dangerous to go into the church because the way that they treat black women. I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff on social media, some of the pastors attacking black women, pulling them by their hair, dragging them to the ground. Um,
Wow.
beating, like different things like this. My husband, he's a licensed ordained minister. He
Mhm.
has two master's degrees, one in theology, one in biblical, and he has his bachelor's in biblical education. Anyway, like dealing with black women in the church. One thing I see a rise of in Atlanta you never saw is a lot of older black men now want to marry older black women. Exactly, black men failed themselves. That's right. A lot of
Mhm.
older black men, they want to marry older black women. When did they start doing this?
I,
When did they start doing this? I'm like, wait a minute, that's game. So, you know,
mm,
um, a lot of times too, like with me and my husband in the church, a lot of the black men in the church that have positions of pastors and things like that, they do not want to, they try to deal with me and Greg separately. They do not want to deal with us as a couple.
mm,
And what I've seen, from the time I was a teenager, having my black friends and they had their black boyfriends or whatever, they were very abusive to my friends and to the black women that I knew. And they used me as an example. Oh, that Genesis, she'll never be married. You're going to end up just like her. She ain't going to never have a man. She not this, she not that. They will use other single black women as a tool to scare black women to keep them desperate. And see, if you're abusing a person and you see, let's say you're abusing a black woman and all
mhm,
the other black women are doing good, whether they're single, married, or whatever, they're thriving, they're doing good, they looking beautiful, they're glowing. It make you look stupid if you're abusing this one black woman over here because she's seen, you can't say, well, oh, you're not ish, nobody wants you, this and that, when you see all the other black women doing good. So, at this point, like back to the church situation, I can't even go into the church because the church is a dangerous place. Greg
mm.
and I can't even go into the church because of their hatred and their nastiness. And they
Wow.
want to be able to separate us and then control me. I don't think so. What I'm mad about, I'm actually kind of upset at these black women. I got to talk to y'all because I'm kind of pissed off beyond pistification at a lot of black women because you are still allowing yourself to be mistreated by these males. It don't make no sense for you to be putting up with this ish. There's no way I'm going to marry some male, whether I'm in my younger days, and especially if I was in my older days as a grandmother and not allow and not have any freedom. He's preventing me from being able to see my friends. He's preventing me from being able to have dinner or a conversation with my friends. This is why you have to be really careful who you marry.
Mhm.
And then they want to separate us from our husbands and then try to play you. See, what I might do is cuss you out because I'm not about to allow it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not about to allow it. But I'm just tired of seeing in 2024, I am so tired of continuously seeing black women put up with the abuse, the negativity, the violence, and everything else from black men. Because at this
Mhm.
point, I'm like, okay, we got to look at ourselves. We have to, as black women, take accountability and responsibility. You shouldn't be doing this at this point. There's no need for black women to feel desperate. There's no need for black women to feel insecure. But what it is we've been mistreated so badly that mistreatment is ingrained in us. We were told as black women that who we are is something that's not beautiful,
Mm.
and it can become ingrained in you. I know how that is, but you have to say, you know what? I love myself, and I'm not putting up with this mess anymore. So that's what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing some of these males. A lot of black men feel that, and this is what they've told me. Okay, this is what they've told me. I got podcasts to prove it. A lot of them have told me that black women, we put up with anything. We allow men to treat us any old kind of way. We're desperate and we want to be accepted so badly by him. And a lot of us, that's not necessarily the case, but they want to keep us typecast like that because that's how they want to deal with you. You have to know your value as a black woman. You have to know your worth. My thing is this. If I, okay, when black men as a collective walked away from black women, they thought that the grass was greener. They thought they were going to something better. Black women, it's like you're sticking with this man and he's dilapidated. He has nothing to offer you. And it's not like you're going to him as if he's something better. Black women don't know how to let go, and they need to learn how to let go. Okay, that's the problem with us. With white people, when some stuff don't work for them no more, they will let it go in a minute. Black
Yeah.
people, it's black men and black women. When stuff is not working for us, we will hold on to it. Let me tell you something. That black man, that non-black woman, that preference, that transgender, that homosexual, even as you see that's not working for him. He's gonna hold on to the preference as long as he can. He ain't never letting her go. He gonna hold on to the trans as long as he can. Hold on to whatever he traded in the black woman for. He gonna say that she a black queen. He gonna hold on to that to the end because that's just how black people are. We're ingrained like that. Black women, the same thing. This man, he's not working for you. He's not on your side. You can't trust him, but yet you're seeing black women hold on to a man that doesn't even like you. You're not his type. You're not his genetic phenotype. He's not physically or sexually attracted to you. He's not attracted to you in any way, shape, or form, but yet you still holding on to this mess. At this point, I'm not feeling sorry for black women no more. I got to cut you out of my life. A lot of these women that are still dealing with these males, they're not going to be able to enjoy the come up that the black woman is experiencing. They're not going to be able to enjoy the matriarchy because he's going to hold you back. And see, the thing is this, he can control you, but he's not going to be able to control me. I let my husband deal with him. I don't even talk to me directly because I let him know I don't talk to hoes directly. Okay, I don't. My husband can deal with that. So I'm
Right.
not doing it. I'm just really disappointed in a lot of black women in Atlanta for still putting up with this. It's really sad to see. It's heartbreaking that they still are willing to hold on to nothingness. I mean, it's really bad. And the churches are really bad because you have like the black churches are really bad right now because you have these narcissistic black men that are in positions of, pastor, minister, and things like that. And their family life is a mess. Everything about them is a mess. I don't think any pastor should be in a position of ministry when he's been married and divorced 2 and 3 times. That's ridiculous. Why is he
Yeah.
still in a position of ministry and he's on his third wife? And y'all putting up with this. Black women, y'all putting up with this.
Right.
So I'm not, it's just ridiculous. Um, I had a situation, I'm going through a kind of a situation of my husband has a really good friend. She's a beautiful woman, you know, and she's being so controlled by this type of male. It's just ridiculous. If you're going, the way black men are, the way the system is right now, he treats you bad and then he treats you bad if you're a black woman. If you're a non-black woman, initially he'll treat you better, but overall he'll treat you worse. If you're a black woman that's with a racist white man, he may treat you better initially, but overall he'll treat you worse. It's so bad with dealing with
Mhm.
them, you might as well deal with a racist white man. But at the end result, you treat it worse either way. At the end result, you're going to be in a messed up position either way. So you might as well just be by yourself and love yourself. But that's what's going on right now. That's what I'm seeing. I can speak for being in Atlanta, Georgia. It's really bad because a lot of us black women, we're doing really good. And that's in Atlanta, that shouldn't be a surprise because it's a lot of black people in Atlanta. That shouldn't be out of the norm or the ordinary to see a black woman that's a housewife, to see a black woman that's well educated, things like that. That
Right.
shouldn't be out of the ordinary. But these males, oh my God. And see, the thing is this. if I'm going to compromise and put up with some stuff, you got to be coming. Like if I was single and I'm going to compromise and put up with some stuff, you got to be coming at me with some good sex. You got to be coming at me with bills paid. You got to be coming at me, even if it's some superficial stuff, you would have to be coming at me with something that makes sense to me. I'm not putting up with nothing and you looking like Pookie and Ray Ray. You busted, disgusted, can't be trusted, ugly, fugly. I can't take you nowhere. And you think I'm going to pay the light bill and the mortgage. And see, that's where a lot of these black men are at. They figure black women will just accept any old thing. See, they know they can't come with non-black women like that, because if they come at non-black women like that, she's accustomed to being provided for with resources. So he
Right.
knows that he sees her white skin as something that is used to a certain particular lifestyle. She's used to a certain particular way of living. It doesn't matter how much money, resources, how much the black woman works for herself. He uses that against you because you had to work for that yourself. No one provided you with that. We as black women should be commended for that, but he penalizes you for that. I think that the issue he really has with us as black women is that your skin ain't white. If your skin was white, you would be perfect.
Mm.
It looks like to me he wants a white woman with black woman attributes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've seen that. Yes. I think I think there's something there because I was at work one day and these black guys, right, that I work with, they know my wife's black, so there was a white woman in there, right, and she
Mhm.
was wearing tight pants, and they said, "Hey, come over, look at this." I'm like, what are what are you talking about? They said, "Look at her." They said, "You like that, don't you?" She's got a body like a black woman. She's got a big butt, and I said, "Wow."
Wow.
I said, "You guys, and you guys accuse us of fetishizing black women.
Right.
Look at you looking at that woman's butt, just lusting after her." And I said, and one of you dudes are married. What are you doing? But I'm the fetishizer, right? Because I'm with a black woman. It's so crazy. But they were so, I guess, so amazed that this woman had curves like a black woman. I'm like, oh my God. It just, the hypocrisy of it all. It's like, it's like almost like a playbook. Okay, there's a white man with a black woman. Okay, racist, fetishizer, because they say the same things, and it's like, wow, you don't even know me or my wife in our relationship, but I'm the fetishizer, and you're sitting there lusting after this woman, but you're not that. I mean, the definition is what? Sexual gratification of a body part, seeing a woman as an object. You
Right.
fit that description more than I do. I'm married to one woman and I have been for 30 years. So how am I this and you're not? It's crazy.
Yeah,
But
and they did that to disrespect your wife. It's a way to
yeah,
downgrade your wife, and
yeah,
they want you to join in on it. Let me tell you something. He has no system. He's lost in all nine operations of the system of patriarchy. Who is he to even influence you? Come on. They're epic failures. I'm so sick of them. I am. I am. I'm so sick of them because what I'm finding, the more you cut them off and ignore them and turn your back on them, the more they rear their ugly head. That's when they really get mad, when they know that you don't care. When
mhm,
they know you don't want nothing to do with them, oh, that's when they really get ugly because you're not giving that any energy. You're not giving him any attention. Why should I?
right,
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Those males did that because they want to disrespect your wife.
mm,
They hate the fact that you're with your wife. He wanted to create a world where the black woman didn't exist, but every aspect of your anointing does without you.
Mm.
Why? Because he's not building anything. Why? Because he's not manifesting anything as a collective. He's not producing anything. He waiting on us. He waiting on the black woman to do it.
Right.
So he can team up with the preferences and his other entities. They teamed up together so they could steal what the black woman manifests. That didn't work and they failed. Now they sitting there looking stupid. They don't have a system. When the black man and the non-black woman get together, neither one of them have system. You know why? Because he only gets the ones that they don't want out of the system of patriarchy. He only gets the women that the non-black men don't want. And
Mm.
the and he doesn't measure up to the matriarchy of the melanated woman. So they end up getting together. So when they get together, they lose system on both ends. So they have to try to get together and just use whomever. And when that doesn't work, then what? They don't get along.
Mm.
Then the black man and the non-black woman, they fall out. Now
Yeah.
you don't have nothing. Especially with black women and non-black men getting together, marrying, dating. Their success is based off of the downfall ultimately of black women. And
Hmm.
that's because you have so many people who are in a lack mentality. The universe has an abundance for all of us. You just have to tap into it. But
Right.
a lot of people have a lack mentality. They feel that they have to steal from other people. That's why I don't really get involved in all the tit for tat. I like the black what is it, the black wife effect or whatever. I like that. But I see all these other people jumping on, saying negative things, trying to put their spin on it, trying to come
Right.
up with the white lady effect or the whatever they do. It's like
Yeah.
come up it's sad. It's like come up with your own. Weren't you all passport bros? Why are you still here? Why are you still here?
Did you
You
say
know,
pass? Did you say passport bro wives? Or,
yeah, I mean, why are you still here?
I don't know.
He's done everything that the black woman is getting the opportunity to do right now, and we're effective in a totally different way.
I,
He's had more opportunity than us. And we're
right.
we're doing a lot of the same things, but we're getting better results. Why is that? You know why? Because of character. One thing
Mhm.
people don't understand, all this racism and stuff, it really needs to stop. All this classism, that's backed up with narcissism in America, it really needs to stop. It's not about relationship success is not about, oh, I'm gonna give me a white man. Oh, I'm gonna get me a white woman with a black woman body and all of this. Relationship success is about love.
Right.
It's about two people coming together in love, no matter what race, what ethnicity, what backgrounds they come from, coming together, treating each other as human beings and
Right.
loving one another. It's a
Right.
lot easier said, obviously, than done for some of these people. You're
Right.
not going to destroy other people so you can have a life. That's over with. And it's just so sad. I have to be very careful in my steps. I have to be very careful in how I move and maneuver because I have I always have people around me that are very jealous and envious of me. In particular
Mhm.
him. He be the
Yeah.
main one because they don't like seeing a black woman who is confident, that's sure of herself. You understand what I'm saying? Even though
Yeah.
I don't open my mouth or whatever, they don't like see. And sometimes I do, but they don't like seeing black women who are
Right.
doing well, who are
Well,
mentally secure, like mentally functioning,
right.
because they're not. They're not.
And they can feel your success. It's like there's an aura that
Oh yeah,
you
they
know.
can feel the success and they can feel the detachment that black women have from them. When I say the detachment that we have from them, when you have women such as myself and plenty of others in the comment section,
Uh-huh.
who have detached from them, meaning we don't care if you come back, we don't care if we ever see you again. We moved on. That
Right.
scares them. That
Right.
scares the heck out of them. It's one thing if a man walks away from you, because usually they'll try to come back. But when a
Right.
woman decides that she's through with you, she'll never come back.
She's done. I
We're
wanted to
done.
I want to address this comment Beverly put. So they will something to say, look at another. Yeah, I think that might have been it too, part of it.
Yeah,
And
so they can have something to say. Like, oh, Brent, you not loyal to your black wife. You know
right.
you like what we like.
Like because of what a black woman has physically, that's what I'm attracted to. And that's the only thing. So if a white woman has that, why don't you go for the white woman that has what you like? Sort of say,
Right.
that's the, and it's more to it than the physical.
hmm
It's the character, it's the love, it's the relationship, it's the friendship, it's the togetherness, it's everything. All it's and I think because I think a lot of these guys, I think their ego is it's wrapped up in their ego and lust, and they don't really know what they don't really see love. They just think lust is love, like being
Right.
in the act, and that's love. No, that's part of love, but that's not love. You people will have sex with you and not love you. That happens
Right.
all the time. That's just a part of love, and it needs to be. You don't need to go there till you really have love within a marriage. It's not meant to be a recreational thing, like the world puts it forth. Like it's. But yeah, no, I just wanted to say something about that comment because it it was disrespectful, but then again, it was like they're looking at a woman because of her body. They're objectifying her. That's the fetish. They were
Mhm.
focused on her butt instead of, if you're interested to her, did you talk to her? No. It was just, and if they did, what would it be for?
Mhm.
But yeah. Um,
But yeah, they can't get past that skin tone
mm,
because it's been ingrained. When a lot of black men, if they're not confident in themselves and they don't love themselves, they're
mm,
under patriarchy. They're trying to win under patriarchy. Patriarchy doesn't work. And to have melanated skin in that system is a negative.
right.
That's not a benefit. So he doesn't see beauty in that in his own self. It's aspects about black women that they like, but they need that skin to be white because
Mm,
in their mind, that's where the benefit is. What they're failing to realize, whether especially in the black community, the resources are passed through the woman. They're not necessarily passed through the male. So
mm,
if you're a lot of black males, if you're dealing with women that the system of patriarchy picked for them, they're dealing with non-black women that the system of patriarchy picked for them. If there was any type of financial value in that woman, the patriarchy would have kept her. You understand what I'm saying? The non-black man would have kept her. So it's a detrimental relationship when he gets with anybody under patriarchy. It doesn't work. It
right.
doesn't work. It's like he wants that non-black woman to have the black woman attributes, and he wants the black woman just not to exist and be a white woman. It's really crazy, and nobody wants to deal with this double-minded man, wicked in
right.
all of his ways, who will not inherit the kingdom of God. Like
Right.
nobody wants to deal with that. So a lot of them, we're trying to pass off, and
Yeah.
America has done that because they've subsidized people, giving them crazy checks, disability checks. The problem is, as well, we're trying to pass off in America mental illness. We're calling it masculinity.
Mm,
We're calling mental illness masculinity, and some of these people are actually getting subsidized for that.
wow.
So when you back that up with finances, people think, oh, this is the way to go. This is the way to think. He's a lot, I feel sorry for the few black men that are out there that do have their head on their shoulders because they also get attacked by these degenerates.
Right.
So, it's
Well, yeah,
just,
that.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I just want to say, hey, Winter Glow, how are you doing? But I wanted to put something into that because that I've seen that, and it seems like when you have that black man, trying to do the right thing, it's like he's shamed for it. Like
He's
you're a
shameful. Mhm.
you're a simp because he's showing their love or doing nice things for her. Oh, don't do that, man. You're just being a simp. You know,
Right.
it's like it just seems weird. Like to them, it seems like it's more manly to take advantage of the woman instead of providing for her, doing stuff for her. It's like I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and because I can't read people's minds, but it seems like the more you get out of the woman, the more manly you are. And if you do nice things for her, you're weak. You're snipping. And I'm like, the way I was taught, it was always manly to be able to provide, to show the woman you love, to lift her up. And and they say white men put women on a pedestal. And yeah, we do. We've been raised to do this. We look at our wives as treasures. Um, and I see black women as the biggest treasure. When they talk about the virtuous woman, I see the black woman. Um,
Right.
and I told my father, I said, you told me to marry a black woman. He says, oh, really? When did I say this? He said, I was never against it, but when did I said you read scripture to me talking about the virtuous woman, and when you read that, I just pictured the black woman because the black woman was fitting that description. Um, he says, wow, okay. Um, but it just and that's and maybe it's how we and you said that white men can help black men on how to treat women. I believe that, and I've said that. And I know people get mad at me, especially black men. How can you tell me how I need to treat a woman, and especially a black woman? Who are you as a white man to say? Well, here's the deal. Do you listen to black women? Do you hear what they're saying? Do you try to understand what they're going through? You know, and the struggle they go through and what they want in a relationship. Because one thing I did with my life when I was dating and married is I always observed what black women said. I took it in and I learned what do they want. Black women want to be loved, respected. They like to be lifted up, and
Mhm.
they want to. And I see that. Well, all women want to be lifted up, but black women, if you listen to them, they'll tell you specifically what they want.
Right.
And they just want you to be a man and do what you're supposed to do. Black women ain't trying it, but these guys will shame black women and say, oh, they're gold diggers. They want a man that makes all this money unreasonable. No, that's not unreasonable. Nobody questions Becky for wanting a man that's got money or Mailing. It's just natural. But a black woman, you can't do that. You got to get down and struggle. And, it just seems like that's what I'm seeing. It's like, no, that ain't right. So
Right.
a lot of times when you do nice things for black women, they really appreciate it.
Mhm.
And it could be just the little things. But I don't think, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm generalizing here. But when I observe black men talking and what they say, it seems like they're more into the physical. Well, I get with her, I can lay down the pipe and all this crap. But then, do they even talk about, getting in touch with her emotionally, spiritually? Is there anything other than the sexual act? Because what I don't know. I just It just seems like that's what it is. And don't get me wrong, there's white guys that think that too. But it just I just think they're not getting into the black woman's heart like that. It's just like black women are hanging around because they feel guilty dating out, or they feel they have to be loyal to the black man because they've been conditioned that way. And it's like, okay, it's us against them. This is my people, that's their people. And I'm like, we need to get out of that mindset.
Right.
But anyway, that's just my thoughts on that. And I'm not always right. Sometimes I'm wrong, but that's what I see. But I'm not saying all are like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's just crazy because sex is about energy. So,
Mhm.
people, males in particular, they're going to go to whatever woman or entity they feel they match with energetically. So, that's where they're going. I think it's just ingrained, like I said, that skin tone. They don't see value in the melanin, not even in their own melanin. Because if you're operating in patriarchy, under patriarchy, there's no value in melanin. So it says. And the non-black woman is connected to patriarchy, and they just can't help it. They want to win at a failed system. They want to win at a I wouldn't even say failing, a failed system. And so they're just not going to let it go. He's no different. A lot of black men are no different than the pygmies, the mammies. They're all the same. They'll never let that system go. Now it's going to let them go, that's for sure. But they're not going to let it go because it's like they're holding on to a pipe dream. They're holding on to an illusion, a fantasy that'll never happen. Right now, black women are going to be doing better and better and better. We're doing better. You're going to see more of us dating out. They're basically forcing you to do it at this point if you do want to, get married and date and get out there. Black women are basically, in a sense, being, those all of those options opening up. Non-black men, those are your options. Like, there's so many more options. The only options people don't really realize, black men have limited options. Their only options are preferences and homosexual men, other homosexual black men. Other than that, think about it. They don't have any other options. That's it.
Huh.
Melanated women have way more options
I,
because I'm sorry, we have way
huh.
more options than
Mhm.
black men because
You
our
do.
options are open to non-black men. If you decide to open your options, you actually will
You,
have more options than him.
you do. And and like I said earlier, black women, you I've always said you got more options than you know what to do with. You have more value. You have
Right.
more you have more power than you even know or may ever know you have. It's I mean, if black women said, you know what, we're going to do this, do that, it's a done deal. If black women said tomorrow, and I know it's not going to happen in the collective like that, but if black women said, you know what, we're going to this other group of men, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
They can go there. Black women, you could go to any community you want. You could go to the white community, the Asian, Hispanic, and you can fit right in, and they'll accept you. Um, and and and, and black women are doing that. It'll be in larger numbers as we get more into the future. But I tell black women, you can go wherever you want. And some black women say, well, white women aren't really into me or white men ain't into me like that. I said, you're wrong. They are. It's just that they don't know, either they're not around you or have access to you, or they just don't think you're interested. Because you always have that black woman that speaks loudly and that's pro black, and worships the black man, always got to say her piece on everything. And it's happened ever since even like the 80s talk shows, when they talk about black women opening up their options or dating white men, you'd always have that black, it's black men for me all the way. And you always had that. And white men take that in and say, wow, they don't really like us like that. And they look at the black women that do and say, well, that's a fluke. That's just, it's an anomaly or it's rare. No, it's not. It's only rare because you make it rare. Black women don't have access because they don't take the access. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. You're not with a white man either because you don't want to be with him or you don't think he'll be into you, so you just don't do it. That's really what stopped. Only black women are stopping black women. Let's be honest.
That's the truth.
I mean, really, if black women are the most educated group, and in the corporate world in business, they're the most successful right now. So if black women can do this, they can have any man they want.
Right.
No doubt. I'm just saying, it's there. It's just you got to put yourself there. You got to be seen.
Exactly.
Black women have always asked me, okay, well, where are these white men at that like black women? I said, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Okay.
Florida, go to New Jersey. It's a lot of Italian men in New Jersey. They love black women. Them Spanish men in Florida, they love black women. Go to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all over. And white men in the suburbs like black women. Even those backwoods white dudes love black women. Don't kid yourself. There's just a stereotype that we put in there like, oh, we're only attracted to people that look like us. You ever hear that? People say that dumb crap all the time. Well, white people are attracted to white people and black people are attracted to black people. Yeah, but they're attracted to other people too. You can't tell me if you're a man and you see a woman and in a tight dress or something, you're not going to tell me you're not going to be aroused because she's not the same skin tone. That's a bunch of crap. And you're not going to tell me you're not going to have a love connection because she don't look like you. But that's the stuff that's the propaganda they push to try to keep that segregated mindset. And what I'm seeing is the past is kind of repeating itself in a reverse way. It's almost like white people were the segregationists, but it seems like black people are being more segregated, are pushing for that more than white people are. It's a weird thing. But I mean, we need to stop it all together and just, integration has to happen for our nation to be strong. We cannot be separated. We can't be put in different nations like that woman with the head scarf on. Oh, we got to build up our own nation. What's your nation? Are you? I would assume she's an American citizen, so your nationality is American. That's your nation. And if you don't want that to be your nation, go to a nation you love that you can be part of. I'm not saying, because you don't believe like me, you need to leave. That's not what I'm saying. She could have her values and be in America. That's your right. But the thing of it is that's our nationality. We're not different nationalities here unless you're not a citizen. If you're a citizen, we share the same nationality. Now we have different ethnic makeups and we have different genes and we look different, but that's our home, our nationality. But I think what she's talking about is black people be with black people and white people with white people. And the crazy thing is you can tell she's biracial. She's not fully black. And it's weird because a lot of times you get people that are biracial that will take a side like that. Either they're pro-black or pro-white. And to me, it's stupid. It's like, just embrace who you are.
Right.
And they do that a lot of times more than the fully black or fully white person does. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like you're trying to fit in instead of just fit in on who you are. There's one is not better than the other. But anyway, I'm just kind of rounding it on.
No, I totally agree with you, Brent, on that. Because the way America is with biracial people, a lot of them felt that they had to fit in one people group or another. So that's why you see them doing what they're doing, doing that.
Right.
I was reading the comment section. I like this comment that Miss Godiva Goddess said. She said that they are not trying to build with Becky. That's a smokescreen. I totally agree with that. And I wanted to elaborate on that because, yes, that's very true. They're not trying to build with Becky. It's a smokescreen because
Right.
I think when black men get with non-black women, they're trying to use each other's system. They want to use the black woman and they want to use the white man. When black men and non-black women get together, he wants to use the white man, she wants to use the black woman, and then they end up clashing. If we get together, the black woman and the white man, of course that's going to make us stronger. Who are they going to use now? Nobody. So that is a smoke screen. That smoke screen was definitely exposed with this Diddy situation. I don't know if you saw how he beat that girl at that hotel. That was horrible. And it's crazy
Yeah.
because the illusion, because it was an illusion that narcissists do that. They put you on a pedestal only to tear you down. For so long, black men have created this illusion, because it was an illusion, that non-black women are better than you. They've weaponized this woman against you only to beat her to a pulp and stomp her to the ground for the world to see. But the difference is he gets a payout. When that happens to black women, they don't. Of course, there's selective outrage and this and that, but I
Yeah.
say this. I say this. That's the genetic alignment that he had with Cassie. That's part of their bloodline. That's their system. That's for them to deal with. So whatever outrage and whatever issue they have, that's for them to deal with. That really isn't that's not black women's business, truth be told. No disrespect, but that's not our business. That's their business. But my point is, it just goes to show, narcissists, as they get older, they get worse. And when they move on to their next victim, they get worse. Initially, yeah, she got treated better. Cassie got more resources, but overall, look at this mess. It's humiliating. It's degrading. It's just downright disgusting. And I wouldn't want my pockets to be lined from that because it's like that stigma of being with a man like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
She could have gotten unalived by somebody like that. But, black women are getting unalived every day for free by them. Okay. And we
Yeah.
don't get. So my point is that they didn't go over there and do any better. They went over there and terrorized and annihilated another race of women, basically. It's just ridiculous. I think that how I think about it too is not just a racial thing. Even though, yeah, narcissists, of course, they're going to use racism, classism, colorism, any ism to
Yeah.
have dominance and control. But you have to understand also, in America is a very narcissistic country. You'll have people who have money, they have resources, they have this, they have that, and they still want to dominate, even though they have a whole lot of resources. So what you have to do as a black woman, for instance, you have to separate yourself from the narcissist. I think us as black women separating ourselves from the narcissist, we benefit more than anybody because we're being the most abused by the narcissist initially. But overall, it looks to me that it's the Cassies of the world that get it even worse overall.
Yeah.
You know. So I just wanted to point that out. She Miss Godiva is right. That is a smoke screen. Excuse me, a smoke screen. And I mean, we knew that. We knew that we knew that she wasn't being treated better than the black woman. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew if you were a black woman who had a lot of brothers and you saw your brothers date out the race, you knew that. you know.
Right.
So, I think it's unfortunate. I don't, like I said, selective outrage. I see it on both sides. It's people that are like, you have people is sick. They're happy that to see the black man mistreat the non-black woman. They're happy to see the white man mistreat the black woman. I think it's all sick.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. Yeah, they do. They'll highlight that. Oh my God. If a white man does something bad to a black, oh, they're
oh,
all
they'll
over it.
highlight that. Yeah,
Oh man, when that creepy white dude unalived that black woman, oh my God, it was everywhere.
it was everywhere. That yeah.
But then when you had that case with who was that woman, that young lady's name? Was it Ebony Jackson or Mahogany Jackson?
Yeah, I think so.
Where she got unalived by her friends, and there were 8 people involved. There were black guys and black women that, I mean, they abused her, they arred her, pistol whipped her. And finally the guy just put a bullet in the back of her head when he was done, and it was so god awful. And
Hmm.
some people covered that, but when that white guy got that 30-some-year-old creepy white dude got with that young black girl and that was 19 and unalived her, it's like it was all over. And then the swirling gone wrong jokers were out there in full swing. See, black women, when you get with a white man, this is what happens. This is what happens all over. And it's like, oh my God. I mean, women need not don't be trusting men you don't know, first of all. And if he's extremely older than you, that's a red flag right there.
True.
Because most men in their 30s aren't looking for 19-year-olds. They're
Okay.
just not. I mean, there's some that do, but usually they don't. For me, but I got married at 24, so but before then, I wasn't trying to date women younger than me. I always thought it was weird, even if they're a year or two younger than me. Like, I don't know. I just felt some kind of way. But if she was older, I always tried to stay within my age range, you know. But and that's mostly what men do. They usually stay with women their age, and women too. I mean, there's always that exception, um, but yeah, they were all over that. When a white man does something to a black, it's like it's all over the place. Now you could go on the news, and I mean, I could do a show every night on a black man unaliving a black woman, and it's all over the place. But we're not
Right.
supposed to talk about that. But when a white guy does it, oh my God, it's all over the place. And I'm not against them putting it out there, because women do need to see that there's evil in all groups of people. But it just seems like it's just so one-sided. It's like the way they put it, only white men are doing this, and if you get with a white man, this is going to happen to you. Like, it's just weird. They'll never
Right.
go into stats. They'll never say this is the stats of what's happening. No, they go on when they find a story, they run with it. And
Mhm.
and it's not only that. I seen when Serena Williams and her husband. This was a while back. They had some kind of social media thing, and I guess he dropped off and wasn't following her on that. And then people assume, oh my God, they're having marital problems, and they're like celebrating it. And come to find out, there was nothing there. You know what I mean? It's just like they're looking for a black woman to fail. And if
Just
she's
one.
with, and if it's with a white man, that's, oh my God, it's like
Sad.
it's like they celebrate it. It's like,
Yeah.
why would you do that? I mean, I'm all for black women, white men, but I don't celebrate when a black man and white woman relationship don't work. I think that's tragic. I want to see everybody be successful.
And you don't see black women doing that type of behavior. You don't see
No,
us celebrating when they're unalived by white women, like that type of stuff.
no,
You
they
don't
don't.
you don't have the same energy. I'm telling you, when I'm out with my husband in Atlanta, these black men that don't want me, they are breaking their necks in their car. They're angry. We don't react to them like that. You know why? Because black women don't care about black men with anybody, because everywhere he goes, he's causing death, unaliving and destruction. He's not bringing anything good to these non-black women. So we don't have anything to lose by him leaving or whatever. We see what he does on the
Right.
hotel monitor camera. We see how he treat the non-black woman. We got the receipts. So
Yeah.
we're not feeling any type of way, especially seeing Diddy beat that girl like that.
Oh
Let
gosh.
them have their selective outrage, because I would never want to be her in that situation. You see, if
That
it was a black woman and he tried that crap, we would hit you back. And
yeah.
she'll get her payoff. But I'm not doing it. Just leave me alone. That's it.
Right. It was no, I think you're right with that. But yeah,
Mm-mm.
there's nothing to be lost. I mean, and when us white men look, right now, white men are opening up their options a lot more than black or white women are. You know that, right? I mean,
Oh, really?
yeah. Well, it's mostly with Asian and Hispanic women,
Hmm.
but the numbers are increasing with black women too. It's just that Hispanic and Asian women, white people have more access to, um,
True.
especially Hispanic. Like where I live, the majority is Hispanic. So if you're a white guy, that's what's there. Um, and and an Asian, a lot of Asian women love white men. So
Yes, again.
and white men in today's world are looking for something different. I'm telling you, that's happening. And they tell me that. They say, well, white women are great, but that Asian woman's a little different. That Hispanic and that black woman, she's really different. And it's people are attracted to other people a lot of times just because they're different. It's something new. It's something it's not a bad thing. It just it's happening. And I think white women in today's world have taken white men for granted so much that white men are saying, you know what? I'm gonna go over here. You know what? This woman's treating me a little bit better. And it's happening.
Right.
And it's going to happen even more. And this is an opportunity for black women and white men. If they want to be with each other, now is the time. It's wide open, whether you believe it or not. It really is. There's still that barrier. And I would say to white men, there's still black women that don't like you and think you're god awful. But there's a lot of black women that are interested in you and that will love you. And I found that out back in the 80s. I always thought it would be tough to date out. When I started dating, I was like amazed that there were black women that were actually interested in me and actually just wanted to be with white men. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. It wasn't what was expected, but that's always been there. Now, maybe it's a minority of black women, sure, but I mean, they're out there, and it's growing more and more because people are starting to see, white men are seeing black women like, oh my God, they're educated, they're successful, and look how they treat black men. Wow, I want a woman like that. And that's what they're saying. And then there's black women that say, wait a minute, this white guy ain't so bad. He really treats his wife good and his family. Maybe I ought to go over here. So that's gradually taking place. And it's going to happen more and more. And I just say to black women, where do you belong? Where is your community? And they'll say, well, I don't know, you tell me. Or they'll say, well, the black community. No, your community is wherever you want it to be. Wherever you want to live, whatever men you want to be around, it's up to you. And I'm just saying, and the bigger your options are, the more choices you have, and the better man you're going to get, the more wealth you're going to have, the more love you're going to have. And I just, and for white people too, white men too. Look, Becky isn't the only woman in the seat. She's the majority of women, sure, but I mean, once a black woman touches your heart, you're done. I've always said that. It's over. If she gets to your heart, you belong to her. And you're not going back. You're not, you know, and people look at me like I'm crazy until it happens to them. Dang, you're right. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your community is where you want it to be. If you want to, hey, if you want to live in the suburbs, you want to live in Chinatown, you want to, ladies, it's all up to you. And take your spot at the top. That's where you belong. But a lot of times black women don't see that. That black women are loving and humble and say, well, you know, no, put yourself first. It's time. You know, you put up with too much crap for too long, and you haven't got the love and respect you deserve. Now it's time. And it's time for us as men to uplift the black woman and, you know, put her in the spot she belongs. And I wish TikTok, I wish more men would get up there and make videos about how much they love their black wife and how much that they've lifted them up. And I'm not talking just put on a suit and have that glow about you. I'm talking about real life things about your family, your marriage, how you built together, how you went through life, how you develop a friendship, how, you know, you raised your children together, how you know, spending time with your grandchildren, generational things. You know, I want to see, and if you're married to a black, I would say if you're married to a black woman, you need to get up there and do something. I mean, whether you're black or white or Chinese, get up there and uplift the black woman. Show her love. She deserves it. And it's long overdue. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, I just Positivity says she's noticed a lot of Chinese African women pairing up with Chinese men. Yeah. Well, let me tell you about Chinese men. They're desperate. And the reason is China, they've been aborting their female children for so many years that men outnumber women like astronomical. There's Chinese men over there like in their 50s and 60s, never been married and desperate to have a wife. Well, that's what's going on there. And then look, but yeah, they're going for African women, sure. And you know, as we move further on in the future, more men, non-black men, are going to be with black women. What happened? Genesis, what happened? You just popped off. I wonder if she fell off or what happened. Wow, let me drop the link again. All right. Hey Genesis, if you want to come back up, you can. I don't know what happened. Um, there's the link. Maybe your phone went dead or man. Oh, you got disconnected? Oh, okay. Um, sorry to hear that. Sometimes StreamYards, it'll sometimes people fall off, but yeah. But if you want to come back up, you can. Oh, there you are. Oh, hey Genesis.
I dropped off. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, sometimes StreamYards does that. I don't know if it's just like a connection thing or a glitch in the system, but yeah, sometimes that happens. But if it ever happens, and guys in the comments are watching, if you ever come on my show and you get taken off, it's because of StreamYard. It's not me. I don't kick people off unless you're cursing me out or people on the panel and you're getting crazy. So if that happens, just hit the link and come back up. But anyway, sorry about that, Genesis.
That's okay. Keeping
But,
me.
huh?
I said, Kate, thank you for being, nice and keeping me on, for letting me call in. I do appreciate this because
Oh
it's
yeah,
definitely.
you're always welcome up here. I always love the discussions you have. You
Yeah.
bring a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and I
Thank
enjoy
you.
I enjoy talking to you, and your husband too, and he's tell him I said hi, and you know you guys are amazing, and
Thank you so much. We've been married for 14 years. We try to, be our best. It's the character, that's what I loved about my husband so much. It was his character that I loved so much.
Mhm.
That, because of his character, I knew that he would be a great husband and hopefully one day a wonderful father. If
Mhm.
anything happened to me where it came to where I wasn't here on this planet, I wouldn't mind leaving my children with him because he is just that type of person. His
Hmm.
inner being, his inner core nature is good. And that's what I loved about him. Um, that's not necessarily because he's white. That's just because he is who he is.
Right.
And he helps me to be a better person, character wise. He
Right.
has a lot more patience than I do. He's a lot more patient than I am. You know, um, it's a lot of things about his character that I really admire. And his dedication, his loyalty to me, he's committed to me. You want someone, a man in your life that's going to be involved, whether it's with the children, whether it's with you. He wants to be there. And that's the issue that I've had, with black men. They don't want to be there.
Mhm.
They didn't want to be there. I learned at an early age that they didn't really have an interest in me. I learned that at an early age. So, I mean, I haven't dealt with them like that. I haven't had sex with a black man since 2002. I've been married 14 years. You do the math.
Yeah.
I haven't really been dealing with them in a while. So, in that way, in that particular way, um, I don't have any regrets. I don't have any regrets. I've mainly, I have dated out of my race. It's funny, I've had white guys who wanted, I had a white guy that wanted me to leave my husband for him.
Hmm.
That wanted me to leave bread. But I
Oh,
don't do that's not yeah. And
yeah.
that's what I do. I don't do that. Cause you
Right.
will see, like I said, there is and I can speak for this, there is a you do have some white guys. Um, there is that are low base, you know what I mean, and sex is as high as they go, and they do have a sexual attraction for black women. That's physical. A lot of them, they look at us the same way that black men look at non-black women.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta watch that when you are dating, because right now I think it's a good time for black women to date interracially, because a lot of non-black men don't even know that we're interested in them, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't. It's oversaturation of women of color, black women dating out. Like with black men and black women relationships, they've pretty much oversaturated the market. They've exhausted black men have exhausted their options. They didn't just utilize their options. They've pretty much just set their options ablaze. So what I found is we don't want to make the same mistakes that they've made. That's what I felt when I was, interracially dating. What do you want out of this situation? Do you want a positive effect, or do you want a negative effect? So, I thank God for my husband every day. He's a wonderful man. If I wasn't with him, yeah, date out of my I would date out of my race. I wouldn't. I don't attract black men like that. I don't attract them like that. They don't approach me like that. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of it has to do with, you know, a lot of these men, they're looking for someone to play, use, abuse, misuse, manipulate. And men, they can smell it on you. They can look at a woman and tell if they can play that woman. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
they can sense that on you, and so they know certain women, it's not even worth trying, you
Right.
know. So they don't like when women can see through them, see within them. They don't like that. They want us to stay in the dark so they can be able to play you. I'm gonna use her for this, I'm gonna use her for that. Um, you know, and a lot of times a lot of males, they don't treat women as they want to be treated. They treat women based off of your level of importance to them. That's a problem. That's an
Mm.
issue.
Right.
So that's one reason of many that they do date out, because they go about women based off of your level of importance to them. And a lot of that is based off of what patriarchy said.
Mm.
It's key to me because you see the changes. You see black women doing good. You see the turnaround. But there are so many black men that can't turn around with the shift. They're just not doing it. You see the shift, you see the change, and they're still there. You know, Another thing too, I don't want to deal with the projection that they do against us as black women, because he has a lot of his own issues and they project that onto us. The subjugation, the demeaning, the mistreatment. I didn't want to deal with that.
Right.
So, rejection is protection. Um, I just have to watch, like with my marriage, I noticed that when you do deal with black women who deal with black men, that's an issue. I found it to be an issue when you're a black woman, excuse me, in an interracial relationship, and you deal with black women who deal with black men, they have an issue with us.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, in my marriage, every day is a beautiful day. Is it
Right.
perfect? But we don't have all the issues and the combativeness. And if he has all these different issues and combativeness with his partner, the black woman, it's like it doesn't look good. And then Greg and I are there. What
Right.
he'll what he'll do is then try to weaponize himself against me.
Mm.
It's weird. Because it's like they want to tear down the black women. They want to tear you down.
Right.
I'm not your wife. I'm not with you. He has control over her. Now he wants to get control over me. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to deal with them, even if I don't want to deal with that. And I don't really want to deal with black women who deal with them. That's an issue.
Yeah.
It's just what it shows is that the wrong male in your life will destroy your life. He's like a Tasmanian devil. The wrong
Just
man, yeah, the wrong man in your life, they will destroy your life.
right.
So, he's not edifying you. He's not doing anything for you to build you up. He's not doing anything for the community. I mean, let him go. He let you go. It made it easier. I don't understand why they still complaining. They're the ones that left the black woman. I don't know why they still have our name in their mouth. They left. They
Yeah.
left and they thought that we weren't going to recover. That's what that is. They left and they thought that we were going to end up destroyed. That's what that was. If a person's not doing anything for you in the first place, you leaving is a blessing to me.
Right.
They didn't know that when they left, black women were going to do better than we've ever been doing ever in a long time. They were hoping to destroy you, to genetically exterminate you off the planet when they
I
teamed up with non-black women. That's what they were hoping to do. They were hoping to destroy the black woman, and it didn't work. He's too busy destroying himself.
yeah. Well, I guess the theory is with black men that go to other races is like, and I've heard them say this, that they believe they can create more black people with non-black women.
Right.
Um, to me that sounds weird. Like they're not going to be fully black. That would be like me. I could create white people with other groups of women. No, you're not. You're going to create biracial children. That's it.
Exactly.
And that's not a bad thing. If you got true love, it don't matter what your children look like,
Hmm.
whether they're light or dark or whatever. My children were always going to be biracial because my love for black women. It just, and that's okay, and that's a good thing. But I mean, it's I don't know. It's like it's so weird. It's like a competition thing. Like, and I've seen it even on my channel. Like, oh, okay, you say this about black women, and you would do this for black women. What about black men? And I'm like, what?
Hmm.
It don't make sense.
I've heard
And
that too. I've heard that
yeah,
too. Oh, they don't do that. They only do that for y'all. They don't do that for us.
right.
What? You're a man. You supposed to be doing that for yourself.
And even if I was just with white women and the it would be the same thing with white men. I would be uplifting the women, taking care of the women. That's what we do.
Mhm.
Um, it just happens to be my wife's the black woman, so she's put up on that pedestal. Because I love her and she's my world, and I have I have a heart for women because and we're supposed to as men. And I have love for black women because I see them, I see their character, I see their love, I see their what they go through, and I have compassion. Whether they like me or not, that don't matter. I can see the beauty in black women. And like
Mhm.
that Joker put that comment, well, they love your comments, but not you, white man. Okay, that's fine. That how women that come on my channel think about me is their business. Now, if they come on to hear an uplifting comment and makes them feel good, great. Then I'm doing what I'm supposed to on this channel. But I don't see when you have love. Here's the thing: when you have true love for somebody or a group of people, um, you do stuff because you want to be kind to them. You want them to benefit. You want them to be happy. And if you have love, you're not looking, okay, well, if I say this nice things, they got to do this for me. No, it's not like that. Um, And that's the same thing within a marriage. I don't do things for my wife because she'll do things back. I do it because I love her, because I want her to, do good and be happy, and and feel secure and be comfortable and not have to stress. I, that's what I want for my wife. I want her to live her best life. Now, the stress and all the crap, I'll take that on my shoulders because I don't want her to deal with that. Now that's love, because you're putting that person first. But when you come into a relationship because you're with her, what you can get out of her, that's not true love. That's not a relationship. That's a situationship where, okay, she's got this and I can gain from her. And you're not really, do you really love her? No. You just seen what you can get from her. That's why I don't like that thing, what do you bring to the table type mess. Well, the only thing, there is something that a woman should bring to the table. Her love, her loyalty, and her beautiful self. That's the three things I require, and that's what I want for my wife, to be her love, to love me, to be loyal to me, and just be there. That's it. I'm not looking for, rubbing my feet and being extra submissive and have my dinner ready at this time, at this point. And no, just be your beautiful self. That's
right.
It. But yeah. But I'm gonna have to close this soon.
Okay.
Me and my wife are going to go out here in a couple hours and celebrate our anniversary, and then
Oh,
tomorrow,
happy anniversary.
yeah, we hit our 30-year today.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
yeah. So we're going to take a trip and just go have some fun. I got
Oh,
some
that'll be
time.
wonderful.
I got some time off, and yeah, it's crazy. This time back in 1994, we got married, and it was the best day of my life. I was like, I just remember that, being happy. I remember being nervous. I remember my heart was racing. I was kind of trembling. I was like, oh my God, this is happening. And, she was there in her wedding dress, and she got her hair braided. And I'll probably share some of those pictures, but she had her hair, and it was beautiful. It took her all day to do it. In fact, she was like a few minutes late to the wedding because of her hair, but it was beautiful. It was a nice wedding. But wow, times fly. We have 3 children. They're all grown up. We got 2 grandchildren. Our family's growing, and it's been amazing. I couldn't have asked for more. And it's wow. Time flies. 30 years. And I remember we got married, and we're like, and then our first daughter was born, and I remember being so happy, like, oh my God, this is our daughter. And then our son came, and then our youngest daughter, and then the grandkids came, and just life happens so fast. It's like a blur. Before you know it, it's like, wow. I remember first getting married, wondering if we'd have children. Now I got children, grandchildren. Like, wow, it's amazing. But you know what? I opened up my options. I didn't listen to people. And ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Black women, white men, non-black men, and black women, listen to me. Go where you're loved.
Right.
Go for a person that has character and truly loves you. And they might not look like you, and that's okay. You just don't know the blessing you might be passing up. And people told me, they said, you marry her, your life will be tough. And they said they didn't want me to get hurt and all this stuff, but 30 years later, I'm still happily married. And all those people that said it wouldn't work for me, their life didn't turn out so hot when it comes to marriage and family. So, you know, what it boils down to is character, and it comes down to love.
Exactly.
And that's it. And,
That-
you know, just make sure you vet and get to know that person and find someone that has your values. That if you want to be married and have a family, find somebody that wants that too. You can't change people, you know, and just because you're attracted to that guy, ladies, or men to that woman, don't think you can change them. You can't. If they're not the family type and you want to be in a family and a marriage, leave them alone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, because I've seen a lot of people get hurt because they think, oh my God, she's so fine, but I could change her and she'll fall in love with me, and it don't happen. Same thing with the women. Oh, well, if she shows him love and submits, maybe he'll come around. No. And by the way, submission comes with marriage, okay? So, ladies, you don't submit to any man that's not your husband. Just saying. But because I know I hear this complaint, black men say, black women won't submit. Yeah, because she's not your wife right now. But anyway. Oh, your anniversary is November
Well,
16th?
congratulations. Okay.
Goddess, congratulations. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Jenna. Love you, Sandy. Yeah, Sandy's my baby, my Sandy baby. Jay Mensa, hey, young lady, how's it going? It's good to see everybody tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. I want to thank you guys for supporting me and my wife and showing me love. Me and my wife love, showing us love, and it means a lot. It really does. And Genesis, thank you for being on, coming up today and being part of the show.
You.
I always enjoy talking to you. You come with facts and wisdom, and everybody here loves you too, and they think you're awesome, and you are awesome. You and your husband are awesome. Your stories, you know how you guys met and came together. It's a beautiful story, and you both got love, and you both have character, and that's what counts. And I love seeing relationships like that. You guys came together and you took your Swirl to investment, and it's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank you for coming up. I enjoyed talking to you, and I enjoyed this, doing this show tonight. I enjoy YouTube. I love it. I really do. Sometimes I can't do it as often, and sometimes I got to take a break. But I'm going to be around as long as YouTube allows me. I mean, and if I'm not here one day, I might be somewhere else, but I'll be here as long as I can. And it's because of you guys. It's because, ladies and gentlemen, you have shown me love and support. And I remember when I first started, I remember I had like 3 subscribers one day, and I, gained some more, and that was exciting. And it's just been a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
There's been ups and downs, of course. But overall, I can't complain. You guys are amazing, and I love you guys. And Alexander, how's it going?
It's going good. I know you're about to end soon. I want to come up here and say that um you know I was watching the playback, and I was also was taken aback of a Hispanic woman that made that comment. I was like, wait a minute, but black men be saying that Hispanic men was no good, and it amazes me how many Hispanic women agree with black men, but that's neither here nor there. But I agree with you, Brent. Um, what you're seeing is jealousy that's coming from black men, because again, what I'm seeing is that this the whole black male worshiping has created. I mean, it has done nothing for black women. If you see it on the internet, and you can see it on the internet where the black male worshiping has done for black women. It's not good. So I think that, yeah, I think that black women should explore their options, and also when they do that, they should leave the black male worshiping behind.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much for that, Alexander. And it's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you on. I'm glad you came on, and yeah, but I am closing it. Me and my wife got plans tonight, and we're going to kick off our anniversary celebration, and I got a week off, and we're going to just have fun and enjoy our time together. And but it's good to see you, Alexander. And Genesis, thank you, young lady. It's always a
Yes,
pleasure.
thank you. Thank you
And
so much for having me.
oh yeah, anytime, you're always welcome. You know, and if you guys ever want to come on the panel, just hit the link. I mean, you know, I always like discussions. Sometimes we don't have them on a show, and that's fine. But when we do, it's always fun. I always have a good time. And you guys, you are a blessing to me. Okay. And I don't take this for granted at all. Okay. Um, you being up here means a lot to me, and I'm grateful for it. Um, and I appreciate you. I do. And when I make mistakes, I'm going to apologize now because I'm human. But you guys have been mostly forgiving, and I appreciate that. And it just shows that you guys are amazing. And the thing I appreciate the most is how much you show love to my wife, and that means everything. My wife is everything to me. She's my better half. She's my treasure, my blessing. I mean, name it. And the black wife effect is real. It's made me better than I ever thought I can be. And I'm not, I'm serious. Even my family, my mother and father have told my wife, thank you for marrying our son. Because even they see how much better she has made me. And that's the power that black women have. They have a big heart. Black women are just amazing. Love from a black woman comes from heaven above. It really does. And there's nothing else like it. And I hate to see black women attacked or people trying to downgrade, what positivity they have, their husbands lifting them up and, giving them love and respect for the things they do for them in their life. And black women, you don't know how beautiful and amazing you are. Okay. And I've said it, I'll say it a million times, and it never gets old to say I love you, black women, because I do. You've been a beautiful blessing to me my whole life. You've always been there as a friend, co-worker, relationships, and you led me to my wife. And I love you for that. I appreciate that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and close. Genesis, do you have something you want to say before we close, or?
No, I just wanted to say thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone in the comment section, because I saw the comments. They're so supportive. We have a lot of smart people in the comment section. It's so good to connect with you, Brinson, your channel, because you get to meet people that are like-minded. So I just want to thank you
Right.
for that. And thank you, Alexander, for your comment, for your support, your channel. These are the channels that black women need, and unfortunately is not a lot of that on social media, but we have you guys, and to me, I'm good. That's all that I need. So I don't need, right now it's not really about quantity, but it's about the quality, and I appreciate the quality of the two of you. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. And Alexander, thank you, brother, for all you do. Um, and keep up the good work. And you're always welcome here, Alexander. Um, you know, and and I just want to thank you. And Genesis, same thing. Thank you. You're always welcome here. Uh, I love you both. You both are amazing. And I'll see you guys soon. You have a good night, a good Sunday. And
Okay.
You too.
all right, have a good night. Thank you so
All right,
much.
bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye. All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close. This was a good show. I enjoyed it. And it's always good to be on here, and it's always good to talk to you guys, and I thank you for your love and your support, and this channel don't exist without you. But anyway, I'll see you soon. Sometime down the week, I'll come up. We'll shoot for Saturday next week. If it now if I do, because of work too late, I will have to go to Sunday, and I apologize for that. Because I do like doing the Saturday night thing, but sometimes I just have to readjust, just because of what I got going on with my work schedule and stuff. But anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Have a good night. Swirl to investment.